This is going to be absolutely something else. Finally it's here. They're going to settle in the cage. Only one tag team leaves the team. The other one has to depart.
This is it. This is the final chapter in the near 2-year rivalry of Triple X and America's Most Wanted. We've seen these two teams fight for the right to be called the best tag team in TNA history. And what better way to settle the score once and for all than to climb inside the 6 sides of steel, the most dangerous, the most violent,
the best team.
And yes, the most barbaric battleground in the sport of professional wrestling.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the last time these four were inside a steel cage, AMW, America's Most Wanted, were able to pull off the distance when Wildcat Chris Harris went to the top and connected perfectly. And that was the end of Christopher Daniels. There was no way he was getting up to that one. So you know Triple X has extra payback in mind. But you know, you talk about this cage. Here comes America's Most Wanted. I've discovered with the 6 sides, the cage has less play. So when you hit it, it's like hitting a wall.
That's what AMW told us earlier. He said it's not like that 4-sided steel cage. Totally different, and they also have to have a different game plan and a different strategy. Well, it was the NWA Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, who said that we're going to finish it once and for all. Dusty raised the bar. Dusty upped the ante. He added the stipulation that the losing team will never team again. One team will emerge, one team will disband, because the losers must split up forever.
I thought I saw like a pair of handcuffs.
Well, I thought too. Harris had handcuffs?
Yes, it looked like Wildcat Chris Harris had handcuffs.
And we've seen Triple X use the handcuffs on AMW in the past. How many times have we seen it done? Where they handcuff AMW to the ring rope and then just beat the hell out of them.
Oh, you better believe it. As you can see right here, AMW focus. I've never seen these two more focused than they were today, and I gotta say the same thing about Triple X.
I was just gonna say I've never seen these four more focused. You talk about game faces. All 4 of these individuals have their game faces on because they realize that one of these 2 teams, the losing team in the 6 sides of steel, will never ever team again.
When you think about what this 6-sided ring does when a steel cage is put around it, the sides are smaller. They don't have as much give. And
there's not that play in the cage.
Not that play that you can actually work off of. What happens is, too, when you realize that the cage has the openings, and when your face hits it, it's like being on a cheese grater. If you get your face rubbed against this, it's like a grater. It just can peel the skin right off of your face.
And what we were told on is that when you throw someone into that 6 sides of steel, there's not that play, there's not that give like there is with the 4 sides, so it makes every move even more painful and more impactful. There you see it. Cage doors locked. And here we go.
We are on. Let me tell you something. You see Daniels and the Cowboy James Storm, and they just go right at it. I mean, look at this. One counter, nobody. I don't think there's any 2 tag teams in TNA history that know each other better than these 4. They have locked horns so many times, and in fact, Triple X has actually come out victorious. Believe it or not, more than even AMW. They have some kind of a magic over AMW at times, but we saw what happened the last time they were in the cage. And let me tell you something, this is going to be a war.
Exchange now, prime time in the southpaw, the Wildcat Chris Harris. Harris momentarily getting the better of it until prime time drives the knee. Oh, second time, and now a third right into the midsection of the Wildcat.
Oh, you can see the athleticism of prime time right there. He just doesn't matter that Wildcat Chris Harris has a little size advantage. Prime time is so strong. But look at the power of the Wildcat Chris Harris.
Full Nelson slam. What did you say just a minute or 2 earlier about how these teams know each other so well? You just saw an example of it there. Prime time walked right into that full Nelson slam, and now AMW double team. Nice high back body drop. And Daniels.
Oh, he's
being hit with a series of shots from AMW.
He found himself in no man's land right there, right in between. But oh, great counter right there by Daniels as he saw AMW setting up for it. He took advantage, but there's Wildcat, as you can see the 2-on-1 right there.
Fallen Angel looking pretty good. Until AMW joins forces, and the double team move as they just rammed him. They just drove him right into the giving steel.
Oh, nice clothesline right there by the Cowboy James Storm. As you see Primetime go down, it's been AMW right now. Again. The thing about this cage, too, is it's so close to the ropes. It's not a big distance away. So when you hit the ropes, 99% of the time you also catch the cage.
That's a great point. And now, speaking of catching the cage, we saw earlier where they said Daniels face first, and look at how Daniels has been split wide open.
Well, like I said, it's like a cheese grater. I mean, you really can't describe it. And remember when AMW and the Naturals took for each other at the 6 Nights of Steel, and before it was over with, the entire floor of the ring was covered in blood. Everybody was bleeding. It's almost unavoidable in a match like this, Mike.
The intensity of the matchup is pretty obvious from the opening couple of minutes as AMW, thanks to Harris and Storm going right on the double team attack, have taken control. And now they've got Daniels up. The Wildcat takes him for the suplex. Primetime in, clocked in from behind.
Well, that's what you're going to have to do. You're stuck in that ring in there. There's no way out. So you've got to help your partner out every chance you get, especially now with Daniels cut open right there. We don't know how serious the injury is. Primetime's got to have his back.
Fallen Angel fighting through.
Slam.
Joins with Primetime for the double team slam, and then Primetime takes his own partner and drops Daniels across the prone Chris Harris.
You see right here the teamwork that Triple X is using, and both these teams have an unbelievable ability to know when to make a tag, to know how to keep each partner fresh. We talked about it a lot tonight as we've seen it, but let me tell you something, folks. These four wrote the book on us.
Love that overhead sky cam type shot that we have on that takes us above the steel cage. There you see a look at it, which really makes you feel like you're right inside the 6 sides of steel with these four.
And look how high the cage is over these guys' heads. That's what's so great about that shot. We're not talking some little cage here. We're talking 20 feet tall. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Now the opportunity exists for Triple X to take advantage of the double team. The headbutt by Daniels of all things. Daniels already split wide open. The blood just gushing out of his forehead. Doesn't stop him from unleashing another headbutt.
No, I think they went into this match knowing that it was very possible that they could be cut open just because of the dangers involved when you're in the...
Oh, but cut open. Look at the blood.
Oh, my gosh, it's just pouring out.
A faucet just pouring out of the head of Daniels.
Holy cow.
I mean, at some point here, we're going to see where this is going to affect Daniels.
Oh, it's going to have no effect. I mean, he's going to get weak.
His adrenaline at this point, Don, is enough where he's fighting through it. But he will be weakened. I mean, the blood's just pouring out of his head.
I'll tell you what, there is so much on the line on this thing. Because let me tell you something. You lose this match. And if you're Triple X, you're never Triple X again. If you're AMW, you're never AMW again. You've got to put aside the fact that you're cut open. You've got to let it go. And I just want Mr. Daniel just wipe his foot. Look at that towel right there. You can see right next to him. And it's just, wow, coming down and buckets.
You know, there's no tomorrow for one of these two teams. One team will go on. One team will still exist. The losing team will be forced to disband. Nice back heel trip by Harris. Gonna try and take him up and just catapult Primetime into the corner turnbuckle.
I'll tell you what, Wildcat Chris Harris, people don't realize the strength of this guy. This guy was so close to winning the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So close, and the injury kept him from doing that. I'm telling you. He's got so much at stake, and when him and Storm are together, they just click. And right now, look at the Cowboy James Storm just going in there with a vengeance.
Series of rights and then a power slam punctuates it.
Nice kick right there by the Cowboy.
Drilled Primetime on the side of the head. Did the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. Motioning now, making some kind of a motion to the Wildcat. Are they going to go death sentence here?
Oh, nice move right there by Christopher Daniels. And there he goes, right off the top.
High cross body blow.
Oh, man.
And early in the match, I thought to go for the death sentence, but I think we probably figured that with Daniels weakened from the loss of blood, strike quick.
Oh, absolutely. It was an opportunity. Did you see right there the face of Wildcat Chris Harris just caught the steel cage face first.
Primetime just elevated him and drove him face first into the steel.
I don't think people realize how strong that Primetime is. I mean, when you look at him, he's such a physical specimen.
And you don't realize how sharp that steel cage is.
Look at the handcuffs. They were underneath the towel right there. Triple H has got Wildcat Chris Harris handcuffed. Oh, what a dirty trick.
time. Able to use the cuffs. And AMW, look at this! Oh, he talked about that cheese grater. He's just raking his face directly across that steel cage. God.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna look and see. I think Wildcat Chris Harris might be busted open right now as we see Christopher Daniels and Primetime doing the 2-on-1.
Triple X with the double team on Storm. Now it looks to me like Harris here. He's hooked in the corner with his cuff.
He is bleeding. I'm telling you, we saw his face just raked right against the cage.
What's the referee to do in a situation like this?
I don't even know why anybody would want to ref a match like this. You're stuck in there. Look at the taunting right now, and Triple X feeling awful good right now. They've got the numbers game, they've got the Wildcat handcuffed, and the referee. Oh, look at this.
He's got the key.
He's got the key. Dangling the key.
Daniels has got that handcuff key. You're right, taunting is exactly the word. Oh,
now he's taking the key and he's grinding it into the head of James Storm. I told you this was going to get out of hand, and look at this.
And it is.
The taunts.
Daniels almost like he's wearing that as a medal, like he's wearing it as a trophy.
Yes. Oh, this is just wrong, but you've got to give them something. They had a plan. They found an opportunity. They just slammed James Storm right into the steel cage.
Double team move again on Storm. You're right, Don. Face first right into the steel. Turn their attention back to the Wildcat.
Oh, you can see Christopher Daniels right there. Just gives a blow right to the Cowboy. Nice kick, and it looks like he's bleeding. Yes, he is, and now they're grinding it right where their head indicates. I'm telling you, it's almost unavoidable.
Both members.
Your face rubs against that steel.
Both members of America's Most Wanted, both Chris Harris and James Storm, they've been split wide open. You see Daniels and Triple X already bleeding. 3 of the 4 men shedding blood here in the 6 sides of steel.
Oh, and Chris Harris is just feeling so vulnerable, so helpless. He's stuck in the corner. Christopher Daniels just spit on him, and he knows that his partner is in no man's land, and they taunt Chris Harris. They taunt him. Harris screaming for the key, but you can see Christopher Daniels has no intention of giving it up.
Yeah, and Storm is out. Storm's been laid out. The handcuffs in place around Harris. He's hooked to the side of the ring, and now Triple X continues what is just an out-and-out assault here as we see Daniels up on top.
Oh, wait a minute.
The Primetime to turn him around. Going to take him a powerbomb style.
Oh, look at this. Look at it. Oh, he takes the elbow off the top rope and just plants it right on James Storm.
Drilling with the elbow.
This is it. One.
Lateral press.
No, he fights out.
It's not it. It isn't over. Kick out by Storm at 2.
I'm going to tell you something. Storm has got to figure out a way to get that key away from Christopher Daniels. And now Christopher Daniels has it in hand. And the teamwork is just too much for the Cowboy to overcome. And again, Christopher Daniels goes to the top rope, and this time he uses the key, but he actually hit his partner, and then a spear.
Clothesline took down Primetime. There's the spear, and look at that.
The key is right there.
The key's laying right there on the canvas.
You can see Wildcat Chris Harris screaming at his partner to throw in the key, to get the key to him.
James Storm, he's got the key. Just slide it over to Harris.
Oh, but think of the beating the Storm's taking. He's discombobulated. He wants to make sure that he doesn't throw it out of the reach of Wildcat. He's got it.
Harris has got the key, and now Harris can cuff himself. Well, this is what AMW needs.
Absolutely a little turnaround here.
That incredibly hopeless feeling that Chris Harris had while he was cuffed in the corner, just watching his partner, James Storm, be beaten half to death by Triple X.
Oh, he's
got hooked.
And now you know it. And he is mad. Wow, another clothesline right there. Look at his power. Oh, my gosh. Christopher Daniels just was pummeled into the mat.
Left arm lariat for Primetime, spine buster for Daniels. And now Storm back up to his feet as well. And here comes the AMW comeback.
Oh, you can see it right there. They're just so fired up. They're so close. They know. As you see, look at Wildcat just blow after blow after blow.
How many of those shots can you take to the head?
Especially when you think about the blood that he's lost. And oh, man, did you see the Cowboy James Storm just threw Primetime backwards into the steel cage.
Elevated it. Took him up into the air, just flung him into the steel. There's the high vertical by Harris.
Oh, look at the strength that he can do. Just holds him up in the air, and again he holds him up in the air. And he just runs him back to the other side of the cage, and then plants him.
Powers him down off the suplex, and when we say that the blood is rushing to the head of Daniels, it's rushing down his head, pin and tip, far leg pull. Get him here,
Look at the floor. Look at the ring. You can see blood everywhere. Oh, Primetime just couldn't hit it, but he does grab it right there, and he slams Cowboy Games down to the mat.
Belly to belly as we see
Chris Harris.
That's Harris. You can't see him. You can't identify him because his face is completely covered in a crimson mask.
You got that right, and now you see the teamwork right there at Triple X. Wow.
Complex, here's the pin. Cover two.
Oh, he barely gets up in time.
Now we see AMW. Storm's going to try and come back on Primetime. Spinning neck breaker. He caught him with it.
You see Storm right there again. He sends Daniels back into the cage. This guy's face, it's going to look like a pizza. Pizza when it's all over with. Man.
They're like raw hamburger is what it's going to look like. Now Primetime in trouble.
Look at the
AMW double team.
Oh, man, he just slammed his head back.
Left arm lariat. Here's the pin.
No, he fights out of it.
Again, keep in mind here, the losing team will be forced to disband forever. The winners stay together.
Oh, there's so much on the line right now. They all know that it's totally close. As you see Daniels put him in the cage, and now. Oh, Wildcat Chris Harris has got Daniels right where he wants him, but Primetime comes in, and here comes the teamwork. All four of these guys work together so well as AMW is down.
Harris slammed into the steel by both Daniels and Primetime. Wait a minute, they've got a game plan, they've got strategy here. What's it going to be? They make the motion that it's time to put away AMW.
What are they doing right here as you see? Oh, wait a minute, they're doing AMW's own move.
They're going to go for the death sentence here.
Death sentence. There he goes, and he hits it. Oh, that's just wrong.
Pin and tip. Here's the cover. Here's two.
He somehow kicks out of it. You gotta be kidding.
It's a miracle. He kicked out of two. They tried to beat AMW with their own move with the death sentence, but no, AMW's still alive.
They're not gonna let it happen. I cannot believe. I mean, that's just the, I don't know if it's the ultimate move of respect, but
did you notice? Daniels motioning to Primetime.
Oh.
Don't go to the top rope. Go to the top of the cage. But Storm fights on Daniels.
Oh, you can see when that Primetime's up there. Believe me, when you talk about being at the wrong place. Oh, look at this. Wow. He just slammed him from the top of the cage.
Brought him off the top. On the top of the cage. Good God.
You got to be kidding.
Here's the pin. AMW. No.
How in the world did Primetime kick out of that?
AMW just a split second away from forcing Triple X to break up for good.
There is no way, but look at that right there. The Angel's wings from Crispinelli
to the cover. Oh, another 2 count, my God.
They're going for everything. They're trying everything that they can. If they could just get that one blow. But when you've got all four in the ring right now, I mean, it's mayhem as you see Daniels going up the top of it.
We talk about high risk, but going to the top of this steel cage, it's the absolute ultimate when it comes to high risk wrestling.
These two are fighting at the very top as you see Daniels who's just so good. Oh, look at this, they're both up there.
Move for move, look who's following him up to the top.
You've got to be kidding. Wait a minute, Primetime climbing up right here. Oh man, Daniels got to be weak from loss of blood, but he's going on adrenaline at this point. No.
Primetime trying to make his way across the top of the steel. Look at this.
Folks, this is do not ever try this at home. What is Primetime doing? What is he doing?
No way. He's not going to try and walk that table from up to the pin.
No, he can't.
He can't.
He cannot. No way. No. No way. You got to be kidding. You got to do it again.
That's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Yo, Daniels going up top. Daniels heading to the top. Guys, we got to keep it live. Guys in the truck, keep it live. Don't go to the replay.
Oh, he catches it with the elbow from the top.
Elbow drop by Daniels. Look at this. I've
never seen anything like this in my life.
Words cannot describe it. The carnage that we've seen, the incredible high-risk moves, and it's because there's so much at stake.
There's so much at stake, and that's why you'll never see anything like this anywhere else in the world.
But
TNA.
You're damn right.
Look at that elbow drop from the top. That's coming. Oh, listen to the crowd. Everybody's on their feet.
The appreciation is so obvious. They're fighting again up at the top of the steel.
Daniels, look at this. This Cowboy Jade Storm has got Daniels again in a predicament.
And Storm looks like he's going to try and suplex him in. Here comes Prime Time as well.
Oh, no.
Here comes Harris from behind.
They're just all fighting with everything.
No way! No! Oh, my God. The Tower of Doom from off the top of the steel. Storm with the suplex on Daniels. Prime Time with the electric chair. But Harris with the powerbomb. That was the most effective move because from the top came Daniels all the way down, and that was the powerbomb. God, we've got to see it again.
Look, how much do they have left? Look at this, Daniels. And Storm took the brunt of that because they were so high up right there. You see Daniels, the blood there from his forehead. You see the blood from Storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing one of the most classic cage matches in the history of professional wrestling. And they're going nuts at Universal Studios in Orlando because they know what's at stake as well. Everybody's on their feet.
Look at the Wildcat holding his ribs. There's no doubt he probably might have even broke one or two with everything that they've happened. But you know what? You can't think about that right now. You've just got to suck it up because if you lose, you're done as a tag team, and that's how these guys have made their mark.
Went for the POD, but it was blocked. Wildcat wind up.
Oh, he went for the catatonic, but it was countered. Oh, right into the cage.
You talked about it earlier right at the outset, Todd. You said they know each other inside out. That's exactly what we just have seen again.
But you got to wonder, how can the mind even register after the things they've been through?
After the blood loss.
Look at this. Look at that headbutt by Christopher Daniels. He's just letting Storm have it. There's nothing. Words can't describe what we're seeing here tonight.
Kind with the knee coming in. It's the beautiful elbow shot. What a wild right hand that connected by Daniels.
Four of the greatest wrestlers in whatever seen.
One of the greatest matches in TNA history. You can say it because you're dead on.
You hear the crowd chanting, best match ever. They've got to see something special here tonight.
And so have you at home.
Oh, man. Look at this, unreal. Wait a minute, did you see that? The Wildcat.
It was a desperation move, but I'm not sure that it paid off that time.
Oh, I don't think it did either, but he was able to grab a hold of Daniels, but he slipped on the back of Prime Time and his face caught the steel cage. This is unreal.
Whoa! Wait a minute, what's Harris doing? Did he got him locked?
Oh, he's handcuffed and turnabout, fair play.
And that's exactly what we've seen. The turnabout. As Daniels has been hooked with the cuffs.
Prime Time now is in a handicap match, so to speak.
AMW, 2-1 earlier. Super kick. Nailed him.
Look at this. Are they going to do this? As you see Christopher Daniels.
They're ready to go for the death sentence. What?
Wait a minute.
He's making the Triple X side. Now earlier we saw Triple X try to beat AMW with their own move. They're going to go for the powerplex.
They got the powerplex. Oh, they got it. 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable.
We just saw AMW beat Triple X with their own move. The combination powerbomb suplex, the powerplex. The level of violence, the level of brutality, the level of bloodshed that we have seen tonight has been unlike anything we've ever witnessed in the 3-year history of TNA.
We've seen so many matches with so much on the line, but right now, think about this. On the line is a shot at the heavyweight championship justice. This is something that AJ Styles wants so badly. The Monster Abyss. We can only imagine what this would mean to him. And these two, with their history, Mike, have put on some of the greatest bouts in the history of TNA.
How about this week on Impact? AJ Styles took the bullet for his tag partner, Jeff Hardy. Abyss hit him with a steel chain. Then he whipped him with the chain. He wrapped it around AJ's neck, and he continued to yank and crank on the chain. And as we went off the air, I'll never forget that visual, that image of the phenomenal AJ Styles being placed on a gurney, being carted out of the impact zone on a stretcher, and watching him fight back with everything he had.
I asked him today how he felt before this match, and he was like, I can't even think about pain. I can't even think about anything than what I've got in task, because if I do, then my mind's not on what I've got to be doing.
AJ in the ring, and here comes 6 foot 8 inches tall. Here comes 350 pounds of an unpredictable, of an uncontrollable monster by the name of Abyss. And I think AJ said it best on, it was an interview recently on Impact. The franchise Shane Douglas asked him about Abyss, and AJ said, I'm not afraid of Abyss, but I have to admit, I'm afraid of what Abyss can do.
Oh, if you don't, the minute you don't respect 6'8", 350 pounds of an incredible agility that this guy has, then that's the last match of your life. Oh, AJ, did you see that? Didn't even wait. He just came flying out of the cage. Do you realize what he had to do?
Yes.
He had to go through that opening right there, and he lands on Abyss, and that's how you take it to the monster.
That's the most incredible jump start to a match I've ever seen. Literally jumping, flip diving under the monster Abyss, and AJ's telling this monster that he's going to take control, but oh, look at him slide through. That way he avoids the contact with the steel.
He's so incredible. He thinks about things like nobody else can. He reacts so quickly, and AJ Styles has just absolutely got this crowd on their feet as he does things that mortal men can only dream of doing.
He then springboards off the steel, snaps off the Hurricane Rana, and here we go. I've never heard a bell ring. I'm not sure the match is actually legally underway, but AJ's going to take a look out.
Right into the announce table right here that's barely standing after everybody that's been here. AJ Styles, can you imagine this? Taking total control. I still can't get over that leap, that somersault that he took through that opening at the beginning.
It really was a thing of beauty, but it worked to perfection at the same time.
I don't even know if a cameraman was even ready for that. Nobody else was.
And Abyss wasn't, I know that.
Oh, look at that nice move right there by Abyss, just to stop the momentum somewhat. You've got to do something. He's got such a size advantage, he's got to use it. Now, AJ Styles is smart in this respect. Try to keep Abyss outside this cage for as long as you can, because he's got more maneuverability. Once Abyss gets him inside, AJ's moves are going to be restricted.
You know, that may have been the idea, the thought of the strategy. Check this out. AJ's he springboarded off the steel over the top of 5 rows of fans.
Look at that, and he goes right over the fans, and he nails them, and this crowd knows they're seeing one of the greatest athletes in the world.
You know what? I don't think the word phenomenal does him justice.
Look at this. I mean, and Abyss couldn't see him because of the fans in the way. Great strategy by AJ Styles.
Oh my God, he flew over the top of the fans twice.
We've seen him slide underneath rails. We've seen him go through openings that you could barely fit a toaster through. We've seen him jump over the crowds of 6 rows of people.
Oh my God, he just crashed and burned.
Oh, well, it happens. You go to the well one time too often, and AJ's grabbing right away to his side.
Abyss was able to sidestep, move out of the way. AJ flying over the safety rail and then just landed on the concrete.
And
no padding, no protection out there.
He's got no help right now, and this is what Abyss needed to just close it up. And he just has such an advantage when it's when they're locked up like this, and AJ Styles is going to have to find a way to get away. And
boy, you make a good point, because when it turns to a brawl, when it turns to a fight like we're witnessing here, it is advantage Abyss.
How do you brawl with Abyss? I mean, it just doesn't even seem possible. And man, AJ's he's got to somehow get away, and I think he's still reeling. And man, every blow that Abyss hits him, the force of that 350 pounds, man.
Stalking him with every step that AJ climbs. Abyss is right there on his tail. Styles tries to fight back. In the midst of the crowd here at the Impact Zone.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this crowd that came here tonight saw something special, match after match, and think about how we're ending it right here with AJ Styles and Abyss with a shot at the title on the line. And he's got him in the choke slam and just flings him.
He had him goozled. He had that big mitt right around the neck and the throat of AJ, and he threw him about 4 or 5 steps up to where AJ's back made contact with that fence, that wire fence that they've got.
The cage that we've got people locked in here. And I'll tell you something, he flung him a good 12 feet right there. I mean, that just shows you the power of the Monster Abyss.
Yeah, who would think that the lockdown cage used to lock down the Impact Zone could be used as a weapon, but the Monster Abyss is pulling out all the stops.
AJ Styles has just got to fight. Now he almost needs to get into the cage just to get away and somehow get his bearings. His Abyss is just not letting him, not to mention you can see his back as he rakes across those steps as he falls down.
Abyss right on him, picks AJ up and just tosses and flings it.
Look at that. Showing no mercy whatsoever. Not that you would expect him to, and not that he should.
Especially when you consider what's at stake, Don, because to the winner goes a shot at Jeff Jarrett. And the NWA World's Heavyweight title, May 15 at Hard Justice. Elbow to the back of the head, drops Styles again. And that smart move, we called it smart by AJ. Take the preemptive strike, dive through the cage. It's now coming back to haunt him.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got to hope that he's taken a little bit out of Abyss, and that he can find a way to get it back to his advantage, but Abyss is just not letting up right now and not giving AJ Styles any chance to catch his breath, any chance to get any kind of momentum. And you know, you mentioned what AJ said, you've got to fear what this guy can do to you. And right now, Abyss is doing it.
You have to. Look at the bruises on the back of AJ Styles. That shows you right there. There's the proof. There's the evidence of the power of the Monster Abyss, and look at Styles fight back.
Think of everything we've seen, and they haven't even gotten into the cage yet. This match is not going to end until these guys get in that cage.
Oh, you're right. I never even heard the bell ring, so I'm not even sure that we have a legal match at this point.
I think we just got to fight. Oh, AJ Styles, and then what's he doing? Oh, he throws him into the rail. It just didn't look like he had enough momentum to really do a knockout blow right there to Abyss. As you can see, Abyss catching his breath, and now AJ realizes that all roads lead to Rome, and this is what he's got to do. Oh, but he decides to go take another shot before he does.
Yeah, rethinking for the moment. Not deciding to go back into the cage, but instead lay a couple of right hands to the side of the head of Abyss.
Here he goes, and he's getting ready to work his way in, and oh, wait a minute! Oh! Abyss just saw an opportunity!
Oh my God! Right in his face!
He just took him completely out! Just leveled him right there! Did you see that?
We've got to look at this.
Look at this one! Oh, that hurts!
Oh my God!
Oh, that hurts!
You can't even see that again. He flung it with all of his might, with all of his strength. And Don, I don't think it was the mesh from the cage. I think it was the steel pole from the cage door. Look at this!
And he's just not even letting up as he does it again.
Oh, we talked about the levels of...
Oh, that's the first one. Now look at the second one. Oh! Sends him down.
It's tough to watch.
And then he did it again.
We talked about it from the top of the show over 2.5 hours ago.
AJ, well, you knew it happened.
The violence, the barbarism, the brutality that we've witnessed. And as the blood pours down the face of AJ, Abyss with just shot after shot right into the open wound.
I'll tell you what, that second shot, though, you saw it hit him right there in the head. And it was like the bottom of that gate. And if you look at it, there's no protection on it. Just cut him wide open and then Abyss.
You're right, it just sliced him.
It did. Oh, man. And now Abyss throwing the chain that he's so famous for bringing out with him. What's he doing now? What in the world's he doing? Oh no, don't tell me. Don't tell me the crowd knows what it is. We've seen it before.
Measuring him now. You're right, we saw this last month at Destination X. Remember when he took this bag in against Jeff Hardy?
Full of, we know, of about 1,000 packs.
AJ, just, oh, look at this, tries to get up to his feet, but he can't. He just crumpled, he went down. Match is now underway here inside the cage. It's official as we see Abyss. Oh, come from behind and just power him down. Gonna pick up the chain.
Still just
shades of what we saw on Impact when he wrapped that chain repeatedly around the neck of AJ.
Now think about this. They'll think about what'll happen to the blood as he's wrapping that around his neck. Remember when we saw that coaching clutch that Christopher Daniels had on him that one time and the blood just spurted out? I mean, that's what you got to think about in a time like this. How it can make him weak, and AJ fighting with everything, trying to get it unwrapped.
What he's got to do.
Oh, what a boot right there by Abyss.
He had all of his attention, though, focused on trying to take the chain around his neck. And as soon as he turns around, as soon as he takes that chain off, Abyss takes him down with the big boot and again picks up the steel.
Oh, look at this. AJ is the crowd trying to get behind him. Look at that. We know when it happened, when Abyss just leveled him with the gate. And now you see Abyss, what's he doing? He's wrapping it around.
That's one way to use it as a weapon, isn't it?
Oh, and think about his head landing straight into that chain.
AJ trying to fight back.
We've seen this guy, though, come back from nowhere. We've seen this guy on the brink of defeat and somehow finds a way.
But have we seen him under these kind of conditions?
No, we haven't.
With losing all of his strength with the blood, being blinded by the blood, and facing someone who's 6'8", 350, vicious elbow rock styles.
Oh, look at that elbow right on top of it. Wow, Abyss just flung him up over the top, and again, oh, it's a sight. Get the children out of the room, parents. They don't need to see this.
Styles high into the air, the crash landing, yes. Face first, head first, the open wound right into that steel chain wrapped around the turnbuckle. Look out!
Oh, and he just throws him into the wall of steel. I'm gonna tell you something, Abyss is in total control. AJ Styles, you had to realize that this could happen. We almost look at him as kind of superhuman at times, and he's not. He bleeds just like the rest of us, and Abyss is in total control.
AJ is going to need some kind of a superhuman effort plus to come back as he flings him again. Head first and face first. Right into the steel pin.
1, 2. Oh, he gets out of it. A part of me almost was hoping that they could end the slaughter.
I thought the same thing. But when you consider that this is an opportunity for one of these two men to get a shot at Jarrett in the NWA title, you saw how AJ dug deep and squirmed right out of the pin attempt.
Look at this as he's just applying the pressure, and you can see it flowing. AJ, screaming. I don't think I've ever heard him scream in pain like that before. It's reverberating here.
It's almost as if he's got a vice wrapped around his head and around his neck. Those big hands of Abyss. AJ elbows not having much effect now off the ropes.
Don't forget the bag of tacks that we already know is lying inside.
Right.
The Abyss. Oh, that's how strong this guy is.
High into the air goes Styles.
He was actually looking over the top of the cage before he started the journey back down.
And then directly crashing down to the canvas. Abyss something else in mind with the steel chain. Now unwrapping it from the corner turnbuckle.
We always talk about how Abyss gets focused on something when he gets a goal in
Tunnel
mind.
vision.
Tunnel vision. Well, his goal is obviously a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship in Hard Justice. And he is focused, he's driven, and he's in total control.
The crowd here at the Impact Zone, they're just amazed by the spectacle that they've seen tonight at Lockdown. Styles off into the ropes, press slam high above the head.
Oh, did you see that? We talked about how he could do things that nobody else could do. What a counter, and he was able to drill him right there on the chain.
AJ's version of the DDT, and the monster lands head first, face first into the steel. Check this out, folks.
Oh, that is something spectacular. How can you counter up there? I mean, he's taking a beating. That's just when you've got to fight through the pain. You've got to get focused. You knew he was looking for one opportunity to do something.
At what point, though, does this loss of blood just impact AJ so negatively that he loses strength? He's slow to get back up.
Ooh, nice
but when
right.
he does, he's prepared.
Oh, how does he get the extension on the kick like that?
You're right, how did he get so high up into the air at a point in the match where he's been so weak and off the ropes?
And there he goes again, and he flips Abyss over. Now you can feel it. You can feel the drive in him.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Styles. Gonna come at him again.
Oh, look at this. Oh, and he fights it, but Abyss fights him off.
Oh, you're right. He came crashing down onto the back of Abyss. It rocked Abyss. I think it surprised AJ as well.
I'll tell you what, though, that just shows you how strong Abyss is. Oh, nice move right there by AJ. Able to get the legs up. Abyss goes into the chair. Now look at this strength of AJ Styles.
German suplex on a 350-pounder.
No!
I never thought I'd see AJ take him overhead like that.
I'll tell you what, how does he have the strength after everything he's gone
especially
through?
at this point of the match with the loss of blood that we've seen. It looks like he's...
Is he going to try it?
I thought it was an attempt at the Styles clash.
No, I don't think...
Think better of it, AJ. God, think better of it.
This guy's too strong. Oh, look at him. He's got him in the chokehold right there. Here he goes. He's going to choke slam him. Look at AJ.
Roll up. Pin.
1, 2. Whoa, he fights out.
Near fall for Styles, just not able to put the monster away. Both men back up to their feet. AJ.
Oh, look at that. He knows he has to take advantage of every opportunity. He uses the momentum because he's got to hit him with as much force as he's got.
Running close. Oh, slam. He walked right into it. The patented finishing move of Abyss.
Oh, this is over. All he's got to do is roll him over in Abyss.
Here it comes.
He's going to get a shot. 1, 2. It's over. No, he gets out of it.
Out of the black hole slam.
Nobody gets.
Unbelievable. How does he do it? Abyss trying to regroup as well. Almost as if Abyss trying to get his win.
Oh, no. We knew he had it.
The bag.
No way. AJ has no defense. You know, right now, Abyss could probably lay on top of him and pin him, but now it's about showing...
It's been a night...
About who's the boss.
You're right, it's been a night when people in the Impact Zone, and I'm sure people at home, have had to look away from the screen, and maybe never more than this.
Look at the tacks right there, folks. Thousands and thousands of tacks.
And look at Abyss spread the tacks to give him more coverage. Oh, God. And, of course, AJ, completely unprotected, sent off into the ropes.
Oh, wait a minute, AJ.
He was able to counter that black hole. Float over. Series of shots.
Black hole slam into those. AJ giving it everything he's got.
AJ gonna try and rock him.
Oh, nice shot right there by Abyss.
You can see that AJ made eye contact with the tacks, and you saw his strategy.
He's looking at him right now. Here he goes.
Fighting him off. Abyss, it looks like, gonna try and powerbomb him into the tacks, but AJ
wait a minute.
him off.
Styles clash.
No chance.
Right, oh, God. He put the Styles clash into the tags. AJ able to counter. Holy shit. Oh, look at that. They're just all over Abyss.
The punctures, the perforations, all over the body of Abyss. Pin. No, just 2.
Oh, man. How did Abyss fight through that?
You've got to be kidding me.
Just 2. As you can see, look at him. They're just all in his body.
AJ right back to it. AJ, right hand to the side of the head of Abyss. How are you ever going to put him away when you haven't been able to beat him to this point?
I'll tell you what, though, the same thing can be said about AJ Styles. This guy has been down and out 5 times. Look at him, no way. He's going up to the top.
AJ!
Abyss trying to get to his feet as he's knocking the tacks off of his body.
We wondered if the cage would hinder AJ.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He just throws the referee right into the cage, which causes AJ to fall on the backside. He's holding on for dear life.
Your double effect. It knocks out the referee and it knocked down AJ. Oh, God.
Great move right there by Abyss. You got to respect that. Using the referee as AJ was going to come down for the finishing blow.
Abyss just running and jumping right into the cage. He's trying to knock Styles down. Now he's got the steel chain. AJ just hanging precariously from the top of the cage.
Don't tell me what he's going to do with that chain. Look at this. AJ's fighting to hold on. And Abyss has the chain in hand.
AJ trying to fight it off.
He's trying to wrap it around his neck.
And AJ's trying to stop him.
Oh no, but now if AJ falls, he's going to hang himself.
That's exactly right. What's your option at this point? You have none. Oh, and he's hanging him.
He's just draining the life out of him right there.
Watch AJ's legs kicking.
He's got to somehow breach the distance so that he can breathe.
That's what he has to do. He's got to close that gap, Don.
But he's got to be careful.
How can you? Because the chain is wrapped around his neck. It's just soaking the life out of him.
Abyss just pulling on it, pulling on it. He knows he's got AJ where he wants him.
AJ trying to climb back up to the cage.
Abyss with another blow. Trying to knock AJ. Oh no!
Not from there.
He's caught him in the chokehold from the top of the cage. No, look at it. AJ's biting his finger. AJ's biting his thumb right there.
Whatever you have to do, AJ.
Yes, and he power bombs him.
Oh God! Sunset flip power bomb. Back first into the tax.
This is his chance.
Can he cover him? Can he pin him? Count winners. Count one. Count two.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, you can see walking from the backstage area towards the ring. Frank Trigg, you've already gone on record as saying that he's locked himself down.
A little nervous, looks like. Obviously walking in, I'd be nervous too, thinking getting ready for my career to be on the end of it. Hoping the champagne bottles are in the background, ready for him to celebrate his long career, but I really don't see him being well.
Boy, you call it nervousness? I think he's just totally focused on the task at hand.
He stands 6'2" and weighs in at 280 pounds. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, started his path of destruction in TNA in 2005. He is a ground and pound specialist that has a mixed martial arts background with extensive training in Japan. Samoa Joe continues his quest for his first TNA World Championship as he meets his nemesis Kurt Angle tonight. If he wins, Joe will have his name etched in TNA history forever as one of the elite. If he loses, Joe will sacrifice everything, including his wrestling career.
What an amazing spectacle it is. The family of the challenger, the family of Samoa Joe, here to show his support. The tradition of the Samoan fire dance is gonna bring the challenger and #1 contender into the arena.
What a feeling it is right here in this building, and I think it's not just the anticipation of these two great warriors. It's a deep down feeling. Could this be the last time that we see the Samoan submission machine in a wrestling ring?
That's a lot of added pressure on a man to sit there and go, hey, I'm gonna lock myself down. If I lose, I'm going home. And I'm never gonna be seeing this arena ever again. That put a lot of pressure on Samoa Joe. Marcus Davis told me he did train hard for the 5 weeks they had together. He really tried to put it together. Hopefully it's enough against a great guy like Kurt Angle.
The roar absolutely absolutely deafening as he comes out. You see the embrace with the man who's trained him, the man from Ireland wearing the kilt, talking about Marcus Davis. It's time to introduce the TNA champ. And here he comes. Frank Trigg, you've gone on record. You made the prediction. You said Kurt Angle will not only retain that title, but he will take Samoa Joe's career and extinguish it tonight.
And I feel kind of bad for Kurt because Kurt really doesn't want to have to end a guy's career like that, but Joe's the one that said, he said, if I lose, I'm going home and I'm going to stay home. Kurt's just doing his job. He wants to keep that belt. This is something he's always strived after, making sure he keeps his belts and keeps his medals. It's another piece he's not going to let go.
I think that Kurt Angle would look at it as a major notch in his belt if he's able to end the career of Samoa Joe.
He stands 6'1" and weighs in at 235 pounds. Perhaps the greatest wrestler in the world today, Kurt Angle has taken TNA by storm since arriving in 2006. Kurt Angle became the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion at TNA Slammiversary in 2007. The only gold medalist in professional wrestling history, Angle is also a 12-time world champion and 3-time NCAA All-American. Kurt Angle has held the TNA World Heavyweight Championship for nearly a year, and this is his 5th meeting against Samoa Joe.
Frank Trigg, how big of a mental edge is it when you've had 4 head-to-head meetings and you've been victorious in 3 out of the 4?
It's always more difficult every time you face a guy. It's even harder when you face a guy twice and lost to him twice. Imagine having that advantage when you face a guy 4 times, beat him 3 out of the 4. That puts a huge mental edge on the side of Kurt Angle and makes Samoa Joe a little bit more nervous as Kurt steps into the ring right now.
Does it make him more nervous, or does it light the fire under Samoa Joe even more?
Well, like his brothers were doing the fire dance earlier tonight, hopefully it is true. It does light him up a little bit more.
To me, I think the important part is going to be the beginning of this match. Not letting emotions take over and take out your energy. You've got to realize you've got to pace yourself and wait for that opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have been waiting for. The second half of our Lockdown double main event. Challenger and champion inside the 6 sides of steel. At this time, we send it inside the cage and Jeremy Borash for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official Mr. Rudy Charles, and here tonight to present the TNA Heavyweight Championship title belt to the winner, UFC fighter, the Irish hand grenade, Marcus Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts, it's time for your TNA Lockdown main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the #1 contender for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 235 pounds and comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist and the current reigning and defending TNA heavyweight champion of the world, Kurt Angle.
There you see the prize being held high up above the head of referee Rudy Charles, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. But equally, if not more important, the fact that Samoa Joe is putting his career at stake in this match. If he doesn't defeat Angle, if he doesn't win the gold, as we see wife Karen looking on from ringside, then Samoa Joe promises that he will walk away from professional wrestling forever. Frank Trigg, the look on the face of Kurt Angle as he was preparing for this match.
Guys,
What's he doing here?
Kurt Angle, I'm trying to listen to this. He is pointing at his wife.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
He's saying, get her out of here.
Get her out of here. I want her
And you can see that we have security coming over to the guardrail.
Wow.
And he's asking his wife, Karen Angle, to leave the ringside area. Frank, is this a case where Kurt is so focused on Samoa Joe that he wants zero distractions?
Now, you have to understand, most people say this is mean because, Karen's here to support him, sit in the corner. But I have a deal with my wife, Mickey, that she's not allowed to see me from the moment we show up in the arena until the fight is over. With her being in the corner right there by Kurt on his side of the cage, it is a distraction to him. If he wants to leave, she needs to get up and get out. She has to get up and leave.
And you can see that she's not happy here, that security, they asked her to leave nicely. It's almost as if now they're trying to remove her from the ringside area, and they do, and you hear the opening bell, and here we go. It's finally here. It's Kurt Angle, and it's Samoa Joe in our Lockdown main event.
You know what, though? I think that's good for both sides. Obviously, Kurt Angle doesn't want the distraction. He doesn't want to look at her and see anything and have anything in his mind. And after what Joe's gone through in the past with Karen Angle, I think it's good for him too, Mike. The two of them just be warriors and go at it, and it's on.
Angle charges in at Samoa Joe, who uses his weight to turn Angle around and gain the advantage. Referee Rudy Charles with the count going to try and separate the two. Well, you can just sense that both men are tentative here in the opening minute.
Kurt's using a lot of hand speed, but he's using a lot of energy with his hand speed because he's trying to get inside of Samoa Joe's kicks. Oh, great kick. He's trying to get inside, though, of Samoa Joe's big right leg kick was coming towards his head. And to do that, he had to use a lot of hands early. I don't know if Kurt can keep up that kind of pace. He's not used to using his hands to box like that.
We saw the first strike from Kurt Angle, the kick to the leg of Samoa Joe, and there it is again. In the back of my mind, I've got to be thinking that Kurt Angle, with those leg kicks, he's trying to think down the line, down the road in this match, in anticipation of using the ankle lock submission.
Frank, I got to ask you, too, what kind of an advantage did you see Joe going for the kicks? And you can see Angle trying to lock it out, and then Joe, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Joe, get the ankle lock here, and no, Kurt got the rope.
He's made a nice knee bar. He's in a good position. It's too bad the ropes came in the way, though.
I'm going to ask you, what kind of an advantage, if any, does it give Kurt not to have the shoes on right now, to have the ankles taped out there in the ring?
Well, because of the leg locks and knee bars and heel hooks that Samoa Joe likes to go after, it's going to be easy for Kurt to get out. It's a better defensive tactic to have the shoes on.
Angle, great move in. Started with the single leg, then took Joe down with both legs, and Angle right on top of him, getting in a couple of blows. But I think because he's so close to Samoa Joe at this point, he doesn't have that distance, he doesn't have the power behind the shots.
It's called stuffing your punches. Kurt was actually stuffing his own punches by being that close. He has to work on his ground and pound game a little bit by sitting up taller. When you have your head on his chest, you're going to stuff your punches, you're not going to get a good blow off.
One thing I'm impressed with is the training that Joe's gone through.
Whoa.
The training with Marcus Davis. I mean, think about the history of Marcus Davis, the things that he's done, the different styles that he's seen. The guy was even a sparring partner for Mickey Ward. He's seen all different styles. That's got to help Joe as this match goes on.
We have a trainer like Marcus Davis. He gets the game. He understands the ups and downs. He's had his downs in his MMA career. He's been kicked out of the biggest organizations and brought back in again. It's been tough for him. So he can put that on Samoa Joe saying, look, I've lost my fights. You've lost your fights. It's a big fight for you. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. If anybody can help Samoa Joe get through it, it's Marcus Davis.
Angle has been so impressive with those 2 early takedowns in the match. And again, look how quickly, he shoots in, but he left himself wide open. Joe caught him with the kick.
Wow, nice kick, great punch.
He just scouted it, he waited for it, he saw the opportunity, and look at him. Joe just going now. Kurt getting the arms wrapped around the head.
Smart job holding the man. We're talking about a big weight difference, a big size difference between these 2 competitors. Kurt's doing a good job of maintaining, keeping him close. Like earlier when he was stuffing his own punches, now he's got a shot at keeping him on top of him and not getting hit.
That really is the key at that point, closing the distance between the 2 competitors. As Frank explained, when you're so close to your opponent, you don't have the ability to wind up and use that extra power behind your strikes.
Now you notice the pace has slowed way down. We're starting to get into it a little bit. Now they're starting to, we're out of that feeling each other out there like you always see in boxing in the first round. Now they're actually really trying to work their technique and trying to find the opening.
Well, I'm impressed how neither one of them let themselves wear themselves out too early. Like you said, they felt each other out. Nobody made any stupid mistakes. Whoa! That's what a Joe! What a move as he flips him over.
Great hip toss. For as big as Samoa Joe is, you see him, it looks a little heavy, got a little fat going around his stomach. You wouldn't think he can move as quick as he can. Look at that hit moment with that throw. That was a huge shot from Samoa Joe to get Kurt to move like that.
It's that old story about don't judge that book by its cover. Don't do that when it comes to Samoa Joe. Frank, I'm not sure whether you noticed, but when Samoa Joe had, look at Angle! What an explosive suplex!
Wow, great job by Kurt. Got his hips underneath, good body lock, picked him up, and threw Samoa Joe right out of his back.
Right on the back of his head, and I saw Joe grab the back of it, and the pain in his face, and you wonder something like that can, a nerve can, look at Joe, look at the pain.
See how Kurt's arm is underneath Joe's chin. He's got a great choke on. If he can slide, if Kurt can slide this right side like he's doing now, he may be able to finish this choke off and get a submission here.
Well, look at the face of Samoa Joe.
Oh, he got the boot on the ropes. Got the boot on the ropes. Good move, having good ring awareness.
Fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe at that point. If they're out in the middle of the 6-sided ring, I'm not sure that Joe would be able to wear it off. And how about that strike? The knee right to the head on Samoa Joe, and then Angle's got him. Continuous shots in the corner.
This is the kind of pace we used to see Kurt Angle maintain. He can keep this kind of pace for 20, 30, 40 minutes if he has to. I don't know if Samoa Joe's in shape to be able to maintain it.
Frank Trigg, you've been training with both champion and challenger. You say when it comes to dedication, there's nobody like Kurt Angle.
No, you won't find anybody. He's the first one to show up for practice and the last one to leave. He's the guy that's always here early, even his pro wrestling career. He's here earlier than everybody else. He stays later than everybody else because of his dedication.
Joe's got to find a way to get the momentum headed his way.
Oh!
Belly release, unbelievable, right overhead.
That's near 300 pounds that he took over. I'm going to say with relative ease, then goes right for the cover. But again, fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe, where he's able to reach out and get the rope break.
Very smart. It's one of the tactics also used in pancrase over in Japan is that the ring, you have a way to get out if you're able to use it, if you can get the side of the ropes. That's what Samoa Joe's doing right now. It's saving him. Smart move.
Oh, man, what an uppercut that time. And you saw that Joe just went down like a big tree.
I'll tell you, Kurt Angle right now is absolutely controlling this match just the way that he wants. And look at that.
Trying to step into his armbar.
There it is. He's trying, and the perfect defense by Joe.
Great job getting his hands locked in. He's trying to stuff it in. He's got to slide his elbow out. See, with right arm, as the arm is caught, he get his elbow slid out a little bit. He's out of the way.
But he gets to his feet. He gets to his feet. He almost got a pin. Almost stuck one in on Angle.
Joe seems to be using a lot better smart tactics. A lot better match tactics than Angle does. He's using the ring ropes to get out of the positions. When he's caught in an armbar, he's going right to a pinning position. Samoa Joe seems to be getting the advantage of the tactical space right now.
Might have something to do with the training of Marcus Davis.
You know, I was making fun of Marcus Davis earlier because he always walks around in a dress. But honestly, wow. I gotta give him his props. He's walking around in a kilt. He's really shown Samoa Joe a lot of good position.
You see that move by Angle? He went for the knee of Samoa Joe and he dropped it. He took him down, again in my mind, in anticipation of working on that leg for possibly an ankle lock or a figure 4 leg lock like this. There's the figure 4.
Wow.
He's got it locked in. And look at the positioning.
That's the key.
He's got to go somewhere. And he's barely got the shoulder on. Oh, man. He has got the wrong spot to get the ropes here, Mike. He is facing in the wrong direction.
Remember when Kurt Angle used the figure 4 leg lock against Yuji Nagata on Global Impact?
The only way
over
for
in
Joe
Japan, and he's using it again.
The only way for Joe to get out of this, he has to actually roll to his back, which puts him in a pinning position. The one way he has to go to get out, he has to put himself in more danger to go towards the ropes. He's actually increasing his pain.
He couldn't get over, though. He tried to roll over. It's just as it looked like he was going to. Kurt Angle rolled him right back.
This is one of those times. This is one of those times you're glad that you're the bigger guy, because that extra 50 pounds will really get you to move around. This is where Joe needs to use his weight.
And Joe trying to take advantage of the weight edge that he has, trying to roll this thing over and try and get the edge, but Kurt Angle just cranks right back on it.
Almost got pinned as his shoulder blades were to the mat. You can see referee Rudy Charles. He's counting. Joe is going to fight the pain. He's going to listen to the count. He's got so much on his mind, and he's too far from the ropes. I don't know if he can hold on.
The wrench on his ankle, the wrench on his knee. I mean, this is amazing. And for him, the only way, like I said, for him to go is go towards the ropes. He's going to make this thing a little bit tighter. Also, though, if you can notice how Kurt's leg is caught inside, Joe can put a little pressure on Kurt's knee if he slides his butt a little bit closer to Kurt.
How is this going to change the complexion of the match going forward?
Once you get out of this position, your legs are shot. He's got no way to move. He's having a hard time being able to keep on his feet. It's going to slow Samoa Joe down. So if he gets out of this, he's going to have a lot less mobility.
Exactly. In other words, if he doesn't tap out, if he doesn't submit from this, you're still going to see that wear down factor come into play. And Joe finally uses that weight to turn him over.
He's done it. He's turned him over, and he's using his weight. And Kurt Angle grabs the rope to break it up. Wow, Samoa Joe. What resilience, guys. What resilience.
Oh, and Joe gets to his feet, but you can see that he's noticeably not moving as well as he was before. And what does Angle do? Immediately, right back to the offensive. Oh, what a strike to the leg. Right on the knee.
Those legs are numb, aren't they, Frank? And look at him go for the knee. Oh, my God, Joe's in pain.
If they're not numb, I'm praying that they are at this point. There's so much pain going on. The wrenching on the knee that's happened. Oh, great job. The wrenching on the knee, the wrenching on the ankle. He's in so much pain right now. Anything that Kurt does to us can expound it.
Look how quickly, though, Angle was able to float right over on Joe. And now, after working on the lower half of his body, he's going to try and work on the upper half, working on the head of Joe.
Just like boxing, you attack the body to make the head a little bit weaker. Kurt Angle's doing the exact same thing right now.
Samoa Joe looking for any opening, looking for that window to open just a crack. But again, rings his bell, and what a...
Oh, my God!
Wow!
Decapitation! Clothesline by Samoa Joe! It was a desperation move, but you got to admit it paid off, because look at Angle, and Joe still favoring the leg and knee.
He's trying to get some kind of feeling in there, trying to get some kind of a break, but this might be what he needs. He's got to get some air in his lungs, Frank.
He needs a little bit of a break to kind of get his legs back underneath him, let the pace aside a little bit, plus get some air back in his lungs. Like you said, he hit Kurt Angle so hard, he almost did a complete backflip. I don't know how much Kurt's going to recover.
Follow strikes, series of forearm shots, and then another clothesline Dex Angle. Here comes Joe charging into the corner. How about that knee?
He just amazes you how agile he is for a big man. As the knee hits it, but the elbow by Kurt Angle stops it. What a kick! What a kick by Joe!
Could it be the muscle buster out of the corner? He's got him up, but Angle into a roll-up. And now Angle got the leg of Joe.
You can see Joe.
Great ankle lock.
He's got the ankle lock cinched in.
Wow. Just when it looked like Joe was going to take control, just when it looked like he's going to hit the muscle buster, you see that Kurt Angle's got the ankle of Samoa Joe.
Half like a billy on both of these guys, amazing. Samoa Joe kicked Kurt Angle about 8 feet in the air in the face. As soon as he rolled over, Kurt got out of the position, rolled on top, and immediately went to the ankle lock. These guys still have so much energy left in them, and we're already into this match so deep, and they've done so much already. Damage to each guy.
What a slam!
Cover.
1, 2, just in time! Unbelievable the strength there. Caught Kurt Angle in midair and just used that strength and just slammed him down.
Joe, I think that time on the receiving end of an eye rake from Angle, but Joe able to fight back first with the kick. Gonna take him up. Power bombs him. Pin.
1, 2, no!
I'm getting a little nervous here.
Look at this. Joe's got the legs hooked. Boston Crab. Now, look at him put the knee right in the lower part of his back. He's got the Boston Crab submission.
Can he get it? Look at this. He's gonna tap out. He's gotta tap out.
Look at Angle's hand.
Oh, no.
Look at Angle's hand. Is he gonna tap?
Pushing himself.
He's in so much pain in this position.
But that's the perfect counter if you think about
He
it.
pulls it
Oh
back.
my! And now look at this. He's got the crossface applied.
This is wrenching on the knee, wrenching on the hip. He pulls that head back a little bit. He's been wrenching the back at the same time. It's a 3-spot. He's a trifecta submission. This is a great spot for Samoa Joe. He uses very limited energy as he can actually rest while Kurt is spending all the energy trying to maintain it.
Boy, that's a great point, Frank Trigg, as Samoa Joe continues to work on the head with the crossface. At the same time, he's got the leg grapevine and Angle doing everything within his power to try and get to the ropes. And at the same time, Joe doing everything to try and prevent him to get that rope break. Oh, look how close Angle is. But look at the way Joe has his eyes covered.
Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Oh man, look at that. Look, he's grabbing the ankle. He's grabbing the ankle of Joe. He's worked his way to it. And now Kurt Angle has the advantage.
What a reversal. Almost being submitted, almost tapping out, finding his way into another submission position for himself. Both guys back and forth. This is really getting close. I have so much more impressed with Samoa Joe than before. I have to take back half the words I said. I think he came into this match underprepared. I lied to myself. He really is prepared. Marcus Davis got him ready for
He
this.
turns it around. He just countered it on Angle.
Joe with all the force and all the power that he can muster, working on the head of Kurt Angle, because you know that Samoa Joe in the back of his mind has to be thinking that his entire wrestling life, his livelihood, his career is at stake in this match.
Pulling back with everything that he's got. Kurt trying to slide out from under him. And look at him pull back on the head. Pull back on the neck. Oh, the pain that Kurt Angle's got to be in.
At the same time, he's got Angle's, well, momentarily he had Angle's arm hook, but you saw that Kurt was able to use that mat skills, the grappling ability to try and snake his way out of there and get the break. Oh, he turned right at him, but Joe's got the arm hooked in again. I think he's got him. Is that another crossface? I can't see it from this shot.
It does. It looks like it is another crossface. He's got to pull back in again. This, you get in it, all of a sudden you get out of it, you think, hey, I'm safe, and you're back into it again. This is not good for Kurt's back and neck.
Oh, look at Kurt. He's got him out. Olympic slam. Oh,
Here it is. Pin.
1, 2. Yeah, he pulled out of it. Unbelievable.
How they having this match sets, how they keeping this together. Every position change, every spot change.
Angle again. Sights set on the ankle of Samoa Joe, and he's got the submission hold applied. And look at the ring positioning. Could it be better for Kurt Angle?
Nice in the center, right in the middle. No ring rope grabbing at this point. Samoa Joe's going to find another way out of it.
Free leg, the free leg of Joe, but it just momentarily stopped Kurt, who maintains his grip.
And not only does he exert the effort, it looks like Kurt Angle's got even better positioning. Oh, he's on his feet. He's pulling back on that ankle. Joe's going to tap.
Look
Joe's
at this,
gonna
his
tap.
hands up. This is your career. This is your livelihood at stake, Joe. Oh, but look how far he's away from the rope. It's like he's in no man's land.
Again, every time he turns around, oh, look at him. He turned it back in his way.
Rear naked choke.
Great position. He's got it right to the chin. He's got it in tight. He's just sinking it a little bit deeper with his right hand. Got his legs crossed over his body. Kurt's stuck.
Look at Kurt using the referee. The referee trying to pull, but it's bringing Kurt closer to the rope.
And that's exactly what's happening. The referee's trying to break the grip of Angle, but all it did was it moved Angle closer to the rope to get the break.
The referee let it go because he knew it was desperation. I can't believe it.
How great was that?
How great was
Using
that?
the ref to using
The
the ref to
Olympic
help
gold
you out.
medalist? You're talking about Olympic gold medalist using a move like that.
Oh, Joe was mad, and he lost his focus. Wait a minute.
He went for the slam again, but Joe
Oh,
turns
right
around
into the
and drives him
cage.
headfirst into the steel.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick! Going back after him.
Oh, could it be Muscle Buster time again? Here we go. He's got him in.
He's got him. He's got him. Can he hit it?
Oh!
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and new TNA
an effort.
Wow. I cannot believe he pulled that up. I thought Kurt was going to get out of the muscle buster again, at least one more time. Great job. I really did not give Samoa Joe a chance in this. You guys heard me earlier. I didn't think Samoa Joe really had any shot at beating Kurt Angle. More than he proved me wrong. He deserves this belt. He almost was submitted 4 or 5 different times. He was outclassed in takedowns. He stayed with his tactics. He stayed with his game plan, and he pulled it together.
And here comes the challenger. He doesn't look anything like an executive shareholder to me. That's not Mick Foley. That's Cactus Jack with a barbed wire bat.
He is a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. The first ever hardcore champion. And an unstable character known for occasional psychotic outbursts, as well as his insatiable taste for blood. He is Mick Foley, and tonight he is poised to seize TNA Gold when he unleashes his psychotic rage inside the 6 sides of steel cage.
Crowd reactions for challenger and champion, very intriguing as well. The long history of both Mick Foley and Sting in Philadelphia. And as I look around the Lacora Center here at Temple University, I see many people cheering. The executive shareholder, that's not Mick Foley though, that's Cactus Jack with that barbed wire bat.
Well, the video wall may have said Mick Foley, but it's Cactus Jack in the house. Wanted dead or alive on his chest. You see the leopard skin on his feet, barbed wire bat in his hand, and if you're the icon Sting, this has got to really, really bother you a little bit because you just don't know what it is you have. But one thing about Sting, he always finds a way to survive.
Does he always find a way to survive? He's going to have to tonight against Mick Foley. As we mentioned earlier, this may be more than just about a win or a loss.
A legend, an icon, a 12-time World Heavyweight Champion. He is the man simply known as Sting. He stands 6'2" and weighs 250 pounds. He won the gold in October and has successfully defended the heavyweight title ever since, the longest championship reign of his illustrious career. And tonight, he plans to add to that legacy.
When it comes to the crowd reaction, whether it be Mick Foley / Cactus Jack or Sting.
Doesn't matter where this man goes. This guy is just so loved by every wrestling fan across the world, and he means so much to him. And I'll tell you, I myself, and you and I have talked about this, I'm conflicted. You know how I feel about the Main Event Mafia, these legends that we've watched through the years, and what I think they mean to professional wrestling, and I'm biased towards them, I admit. But I look at Cactus Jack, a.k.a. Mick Foley, in there, and I wonder the havoc that he can cause Jeff Jarrett. I'm just going to enjoy this match, Mike.
On that note, let's send it inside the 6 sides of steel. Our broadcast colleague, Jeremy Borash, has the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. with the winner to be determined by pinfall, submission, or escape from the cage, and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. And now, live from Philadelphia, it's time for your TNA Lockdown main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my left. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from Long Island, New York. Tonight, he attempts to become a 4-time heavyweight champion of the world. He is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 250 pounds and comes to us from Venice Beach, California. Since October 23rd, 2008, he is the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, the Icon, Sting.
Electric atmosphere here in Philadelphia. Mick Foley to challenge Sting for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And while that World Heavyweight title belt is at stake, there's so much more that goes along with it. Referee Earl Hebner, the third man in the cage.
Well, right now, Earl Hebner's going to have to deal with a situation here as Cactus Jack's holding that barbed wire bat inside the ring. And I think Hebner's telling him he needs to take it out. And look at that. He handed it to him so that he can't use that as an excuse for the victory, but what it was it proved its point. It was the visual. Sting saw it. Sting got worried about what might happen with it, Mike.
In terms of the main event Mafia, how important is this match going forward? Sting, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, JB gave you the statistics. The title belt that's been in his possession and the possession of the main event Mafia, the power, the control that goes along with the goal.
I've been trying to think about the history of TNA, and I believe Sting may have held this title now as long or almost as long as anybody in the history of this company. Think about that. He has held this thing since Bound for Glory. Is that right? Of last year?
Since October. And going forward in terms of the main event Mafia, you know how much they love to flaunt that power and control and everything that goes with that TNA World Heavyweight title. And you see the totally unpredictable Mick Foley repeatedly punching himself in the top of the head. The wound that was opened up, and much like we saw this past Thursday on Impact, Foley has reopened that wound and goes right on the offensive against Sting and then puts the boot right into the top of Sting's head.
I mean, if you're Sting, you just, how do you deal with somebody this unpredictable? How do you deal with this, somebody with this many personalities? How do you deal with a guy that is not afraid to do the damage to his own face? And I'll tell you what, it's got to get to your psyche. It's just got to get inside your brain, and just Sting's going to have to figure out a way to just ignore what he's seeing, Mike.
One thing is, as the blood streams down the face of Foley at his own beating, and here comes Sting from behind. Sting's not going to be taken off guard here. He's not going to be surprised by this unpredictability of Foley. He knew from the second he got inside this steel cage what he's dealing with, and Sting fights back. Repeated shots send Foley crashing down to the mat.
I'll tell you what, now keep in mind that Mick Foley changed the stipulations here and added in escaping from the cage also to get a win in this situation. You could see that he was charging to the top, and he also said that, hey, we're locking that door. Nobody should win that way. We're locking that door, and you can see there that Sting right now is getting control of the situation, rubbing his face on the cage. Oh, man.
The wound, the cut above the eye of Mick Foley, further open by Sting, taking him by the hair, by the head, and dragging him right across the unforgiving steel. And Foley fights back, extends the arm, connects with the right hand, and another one that's right on the money. A third shot to the jaw has Sting reeling, and Sting just uses the top ring rope just to hold himself up, and Foley continues the offense with a big clubbing blow to the back that drops the champ.
You got to wonder who this is an advantage for. To me, I think it's an advantage to Mick Foley. If you're going to sit there and brawl and throw punches, that's exactly what Mick Foley, I think, wants as far as the game plan to do in this situation. He's beating down Sting, and he's listening to this crowd. He maybe has an opportunity to climb, but I think he's hesitating too long. And of course, Sting, when you get up this high, it can take a long landing.
Sting able to recover. Meets Foley at the top rope. Series of shots by Sting, and
oh, man!
Sting used all of his power and strength to drive Foley back first down to the mat, but I think it was a bad landing for both champion and challenger.
Well, that's the thing. Every time you take a fall from that, even if you get the advantage of your opponent, it still hurts you. As you see the pin attempt, it still hurts you almost as bad. I mean, the bottom line is your body is hitting the mat from a distance it's not supposed to hit it from, and in this case, about 15 feet up.
And I think we saw it right there as Sting took that extra few seconds to make the cover, and Foley able to kick out. Sting tried to put Foley again face first into the side of the cage. Foley fights him off, and now Foley has Sting in the corner, and Foley measures and drives those right hands in. That's 3 of them, right to the top of the head, right to the side of the face of Sting, and now the choke hold, and referee Hebner warns him about that blatant choke.
I'll tell you what, I mean, he turned this thing around with something simple as a headbutt. When Cactus Jack just took that forehead and slammed it on the Sting, I mean, this guy just has a pain threshold that is above and beyond anybody in the world. And look at this.
Whoa.
Oh, Sting took the leg. Did you see that?
And look at Foley's leg. His foot is hooked at that top turnbuckle.
Oh my God, Sting just did an unbelievable shot. I mean, it was unbelievable. You can see the leg buckle down and it's still stuck. Look at that right leg. Earl Hebner trying to get it unstuck. He knows the damage that is there. And you can just see the pain right now on the face of Mick Foley.
And Foley's ankle, Don, it was grotesque the way that ankle was twisted as it was hooked between the turnbuckle and the side of the 6 sides of steel.
You know, we've seen so much carnage here tonight, but to see something like an ankle turned around a direction it's not supposed to go, stuck inside that rope by the cage, and I mean, Sting he just took the leg right out. Look at that, he's going right for that ankle. He grabbed a hold of it and applying the pressure. He knows where the damage is now.
And think of how important this could be for Sting in terms of applying a move like his Scorpion. Like that Scorpion Deathlock for a submission, what he's already done to weaken the leg, the knee, and the ankle of Foley.
I'll tell you what, we've seen Mick Foley now on 3 occasions try to climb this cage and get out. What I'm going to wonder is what kind of mobility that's going to give him if he tries to do that again, if he tries to climb that cage. Can that ankle support him?
Well, it's got to severely weaken any chances of Foley climbing out of the cage, and Sting just clipped him from behind again.
I'll tell you what, that time it was like the knee. I mean, he is just taking those legs right away from Cactus Jack. I mean, he's just not allowing him to get any kind of momentum whatsoever. You got to admire Sting for that. I mean, that's what the greats do. They find a weakness and they exploit it. And he just keeps rubbing that head, that bloody wound in the 6 sides of steel.
And I couldn't agree with you more when it comes to those desperation leaps by Sting. It weakens Foley's ability to climb the cage and also potentially sets him up for the Scorpion. And Mick Foley turns it around on Sting, and the champion is just sent directly face first right into the cage door.
I'll tell you what, the special lock they put on the door held, buddy, as he hit it straight on. But look at that left leg. He just can't put any pressure on it. You can see Foley just trying to, but it's just the pain that he had there in that leg.
Foley connects with the kick, but at the same time, he goes down in the corner, and Foley trying to regroup. Boy, Sting in trouble, and check Foley right now, working on the knee, pounding on his own knee, trying to get that blood flowing back to the knee, trying to be able to support his body weight.
Oh, you could just see the pain he's in. It's unreal. You could just see how gingerly he's walking. But you know, again, it's somebody that he's able to just bear through that like nobody ever has in the history of this business. It's a done.
2 only.
Holy cow. I'm sitting there and you saw the count go to 2, and you just figured Sting was going to get the shoulder up, and buddy, he barely got it up at the last second.
Yeah, I wasn't as sure as you were. I saw him hit that neck breaker, and I saw Sting's head hit the mat. Foley immediately on for the pin, and Sting barely escaped the 3.
Now here's the test. Here's the test as you see Foley. And again, you can see him reach down and grab that left knee. I mean, it's the
almost
knee,
as if
it's
he
the
had
ankle.
second thoughts right there when he went to the corner.
He can't put weight on it. He can't climb this fence. Can't do it.
Goes back with a boot for Sting. And then drops him down, spiked him on his head with the double arm DDT.
I'll tell you what, though, that's twice now that Sting has had a violent shot to his head, and you think of the concussion
Arm
factor.
extended.
Here it is. One,
here's the
two.
pin. 2 and.
But he just doesn't have any oomph in that. When he got the shoulder up, Mike, there just wasn't any, any snap to it. That's what's scary for Sting right now.
At the same time, when Foley went for the cover, you notice he was just draping his arm across the prone body of Sting. It wasn't like he was able to put all of his body weight behind the pin attempt.
You see the blood, though, in the eye of Foley, and again, though, he's just trying to. Oh, he just can't seem to get the weight right on that left foot. Look at that.
And he's going to try and beat Sting in his own game with his own move with a scorpion, and Sting's fighting it off. Who better to know how to counter than Sting?
Can
Foley
he get it
trying to
turned
twist.
around?
Foley trying to turn. He's close. He's close. He's got it. And Hebner's right there. Hebner checking with Sting.
Sting able to fight through it, but you heard a scream of pain come from his lungs there as Mick Foley's hurt him, and Sting is hurt bad. The problem is Foley so hurt?
What's Foley motioning for here?
He wants the door open.
He's saying, open the damn door. And he just shoved down referee Hebner.
I mean, we heard him earlier say that nobody should win by going through the door. He wanted it locked. Well, you know what? This is a case where it's going against him. We never said you couldn't win by going through the door. He said you shouldn't win. And now, because he can't climb this cage, he's wanting to go through the door and end this thing.
Couldn't agree with you more. He's having second thoughts about the words that he had just moments ago right before this match.
Well, that lock that's put on, and I watched him put it on. It is a gigantic lock. And it was his. What did he do?
What?
He just kicked the cameraman.
What the hell?
He just kicked the cameraman through the hole in the cage where they put their cameras. Oh my God, he just took the cameraman out.
My
This guy's
God,
crazy.
just when you think you've seen everything here at Lockdown, one of our cameramen has been sent flying and down because of the Foley kick.
Look at this, he's trying to get to the floor.
He's trying to
going through the hole.
He's trying to escape through the camera hole. That is one way of escaping. Foley's trying to win by going through that hole, and Sting's pulling him back.
I'll tell you, the bottom line is he doesn't have the strength and elegant Sting. He's fired up. He's fired up, and the crowd knows it.
Scorpion applied. Scorpion deathlock locked in by Sting, and think of the pain that Foley must be in. The injured ankle, the injured leg, knee.
Oh, you know that pain is just shooting through his body. And you can see, look at him, telling Earl Hebner to keep his eye on him. And he's reaching, he's grabbed a hold of the cage, and he's trying to climb through that again.
Give me the bat, Dirk. Give me the bat. Give me the bat.
He's yelling, give me the bat.
That's the same cameraman he just took out, isn't it?
Hey, what in the world is he? He's got a hold of that barbed wire bat. The cameraman just did it, I guess, out of fear, and gave him the bat, and now he's got the barbed wire bat in the ring.
Foley intimidates the cameraman to hand the barbed wire bat through the camera hole and into the cage. Sting stops. Sting stops in his tracks. Sting backs up at the sight of the barbed wire.
Oh, everything that he said he wouldn't do, he's doing.
Foley swings, and Sting able to avoid the contact in a second time. Foley swinging, and Sting with every movement able to get out of the way of that barbed wire bat and then try and fight back with punches, and down goes Foley.
I'll tell you what, though, I mean, you just have nowhere to go, and it's amazing he was able to miss the brunt of it. And look at this, Sting. He's going to try to escape.
Look
out!
out!
Oh, he
Oh, my
caught him
God.
with the bat in the leg.
What a shot by Foley.
Everybody.
A baseball bat alone to the knee,
Oh.
but then the bat wrapped in barbed wire. God, not
Another
again!
shot.
God!
2 shots, and Sting has dropped down. Sting's legs taken out. He did one leg and one to the other, and now Sting crying in pain. But the bottom line is this, where's Mick Foley? He's either going to have to make him submit here. We know he can't climb over the top of this cage with his ankle now.
in Foley's mind, he probably thinks that evens things up, because Foley's having such a difficult time with his leg, with his knee, with his ankle, doing the same to Sting, and Sting able to catch him with the dropped hold. Did Foley go face first right into the bat?
And I'll tell you what, his hand went into that barbed wire too. You could see him holding on to that, and now Sting's got the barbed wire bat.
Oh, you can see the blood streaming from Foley's hand, let alone his head, and Sting's got possession of the bat.
Look at this, he's wanting to
He's
take
gonna
a
use
shot.
it.
Oh, right into the gut. As that barbed wire just been used now so many times. Oh, another shot to the gut of Mick Foley. And now look at this, Sting's not done.
Look out from behind. Sting with the shot to the back of Foley.
Another shot, and this is, I'll tell you what, this is a taste of the medicine. And oh man, how many shots can Foley take as Sting is just creating him now 4 or 5 times in a row?
The level of violence, it's even more than we anticipated. And now he's got the barbed wire right in his face,
oh, right in his eyes. Oh my God, I mean, you wonder how blind it is, but how about the shot though, the desperation shot by Foley? He had to do it, the kick backwards, the low blow, and then he puts it right into the head.
Directly into the head, into the face of Sting, and referee Hebner checking on his condition. Hebner says, no. Oh, and Foley drops down again with the bat.
Oh, you're not going to stop Mick Foley right now. I mean, you're not going to tell him no. And I'm trying to look and see. Oh, Sting! Oh, look at Sting! You can see the blood trickling down his head as Sting took that shot, that last shot in the forehead. Sting bleeding.
And the sock is about to come into play. The blood flowing from the face of Foley as well as Sting. And Foley, he's wrapping the barbed wire around the sock, and drives it directly into the top of Sting's already busted open head.
And I'll tell you, look at that, another shot and another shot by Foley as he just keeps applying the shots, beating down the icon, beating him down to the mat.
It's one of the most vicious, violent, brutal World Heavyweight Championship matches we've ever witnessed. Sees Foley take the bat, wrapped in barbed wire, and with all of his force, all of his weight, drive it right into the face and chest of Sting. God.
Oh my God, how much can he take? How much can he take? Sting there just crumpled to the mat. Look at it, Mike. He's not even moving. You can just see his eyes. They got a glaze on him. Crowd now realizing what's happening here.
Remember, it's pin, submission, or first to escape the 6 sides of steel to win.
And he's trying again to apply that weight. He realizes that's the only way to go through. His body wouldn't, look at that. Sting just trying to get to his feet. But the bottom line is, look at Foley, he's actually doing it. He's so close. Can Sting stop him?
Sting going up at the same time. Sting is making his way. Foley's slightly ahead of Sting.
Who's going to hit the ground?
Who's going to touch the ground?
You can see Sting trying to get over.
Foley slides down, and Mick Foley has done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Hardcore Legend, Mick Foley.
Mick Foley has become TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Unbelievable effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the key. My precious. From Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Anderson.
I think Anderson should get a key for that microphone to his room.
That covers it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we have issues, grudges, differences in TNA. But Taz, to me, doesn't get any more personal than this situation that has been brewing for months between Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, definitely a pressure cooker, to say the least. I think Kurt Angle wants nothing more than to get Anderson in this cage, trapped. But the key is, and I use that, there's a pun there, the key is to use that key to get out of this cage, and Anderson has the key, obviously, around his neck. He kissed that, too.
His opponent is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. He is
I think you'll agree with me when Mr. Anderson spit in the face of Angle. It wasn't only Kurt that he was spitting in the face of, but he was sending a message, as he did with the Warrior Medal, to all of our U.S. military troops, and it was a message of total disrespect.
Well, I had the opportunity to have a conversation earlier today with Kurt Angle, and I'm telling you right now, he is prepared for this match. He is all business. He's definitely in the zone. It was a quick conversation, but I could tell through those ice-cold eyes of Kurt Angle that he's not playing games tonight. Well, it's locked up right there. Yeah, it looks like I guess Anderson's gonna, I believe he has the key around his neck. He's gonna wrestle this match with the key on his neck, I guess.
That looks to be the plan for Mr. Anderson. And yes, he has the key to escape the cage after defeating Kurt in the ladder match on Impact. And that is the stipulation for this particular match at Lockdown. Victorious when you walk out the cage door to win it.
Yeah, real simple deal here. And Kurt Angle, just got his leg chopped out from underneath him. And look, not already, right? Look at Anderson.
Why not? There's the opening, but does he have Angle beat down sufficiently?
No, he doesn't.
There's our answer, as Kurt is right back up to his feet. And not only prevents Anderson from opening the padlock and escaping the cage, but it put Angle in control for, well, a small amount of time. And look at this.
Yeah, well, that chain, it's not a huge chain, but that chain wrapped around. Wow, the fist of Mr. Anderson.
Very similar to what we saw with the Warrior Medal that he's used on Kurt in the past as a weapon. Uses the chain, the key, the head, and going back for the padlock. Oh! When you turn your back and go for the padlock, you leave yourself wide open for a move like that.
Listen, man, you don't turn your back if you can. Help it, I should say, and a 13-time world champion and a world-class athlete to the level of an Olympic gold medalist like Kurt Angle. I want to keep an eye on him while you're trying to open up that lock there.
It's almost as if Angle and Anderson have two totally divergent ideas when it comes to this. That's did you see that?
Yeah.
That's the key is in the padlock, correct?
Well, yes, it is. And now there's the opportunity is there. If Kurt, whatever he wants.
I think Kurt, does he realize that? I see him looking over at the padlock. I'm not certain he does.
Mike, unless he has a vision problem, I think he realizes he's looking right at it. Drinking before the show? No.
Oh! Snap suplex by Angle. Talking about the differences between the two. The idea for Anderson, simply to escape the cage and win. As far as Kurt goes, he loves having the cage match against Anderson so that it confines him. It prevents Anderson from running. Smart move by Anderson, using the side of the cage as a weapon, elevating Kurt up, and he went shoulder first right into the steel.
Yeah, when you have neck issues to the level of Kurt Angle, surgically repaired neck, that being driven shoulder first. Oh, now Kurt, wow, oh my God, that's a little graphic right there.
It's the violence you can expect at Lockdown when you put every match in the steel cage. This is bound to happen at some point, and Anderson senses that this is a weakness in Angle, and he drives repeated shots to the head.
Yeah, and I don't think Anderson, there's no sign in him slowing down. And this is where, you know, if you're Mr. Anderson, he's gonna bask in his glory. He's gonna eat this up. Definitely has no ego. He's got a huge ego, I should say.
Close-up camera shot showing not only the blood streaming out of the head of Kurt Angle, but also the bad-mouthing that Anderson was doing. And God, did you hear that?
Oh my God. That's just, oh man, you can't get much more graphic and violent than that.
Microphone on the ringside camera, picking up the sound as the head of Kurt Angle was being driven into the side of the steel cage.
Kurt's almost defenseless here. He is defenseless, I should say, and definitely Kurt's health is in jeopardy. And Anderson, Kurt tried to counter.
But Anderson had an answer for that. Didn't go face first into the boot and instead drops the elbow across the chest.
Kurt's skull is just wide open. Kurt's in a grave situation here.
Anderson snaps off the leg drop. Heads over to the cage door.
And now he wants to get up. Oh, wait. Kurt able to get up and stop him?
Cost himself again as Angle miraculously was back up to his feet. And while Anderson's attention was turned to the door, see if Kurt could turn it around. Did so momentarily, but then pays the price.
God. Good Lord. Kurt Angle's blood is all over Anderson's body on the canvas of the ring. Look at that. Good man. Jeez. It's a barbaric situation here. And Anderson, he's not done.
Waiting for Angle to get to his feet. Pounces on him immediately. Looks like a pile driver attempt that's instead countered and reversed into a back body drop.
I mean, Anderson's trying to dish out more punishment. He should have just got out of here. And it looks like Kurt's gonna get out of the cage. Oof.
Angle with full speed and momentum of coming off the ropes. Drives the elbow into the back of Kurt, and I'm not sure, it sounded like Kurt again continued forward and went into the side of the cage again as you see the key in the padlock.
Yeah, the chain popped off, obviously, of the key. The key is still in that lock.
It looked like Mr. Anderson's head was busted open as well, I think.
Yeah, could be.
Wow, maybe the top of his head. You can see the blood dripping down from the top of Anderson's head.
Angle's in Anderson's sights.
And he's not satisfied.
He's taking a long time here.
He's not satisfied with the middle rope.
You better be careful. See, that's what I'm saying.
Goes to the top. Let's see if it costs him.
Oh, yeah, it cost him, all right. Big time belly-to-belly suplex off the top rope. Kurt Angle. Can he capitalize?
Remember, not about pin or submission. It's about walking out the cage door to win it. And when you think about taking away the pin or submission element in this match, does it help Mr. Anderson? Because Kurt is not able to win by using the ankle lock.
Yeah, I definitely think it helps Mr. Anderson, but Mr. Anderson's so damn cocky. He had Kurt beaten up, bloodied and battered. He could have got out of this cage and win this thing, but he wanted to beat up on Kurt more.
Anderson's got something in mind. The tape from around his wrist. He's unraveling it. Able to bite it off, and now got that tape that's wrapped right around the throat, and he's just choking the life out of Kurt Angle.
It's all legal right here. I mean, just like most of our matches tonight in this career-shortening steel cage, and the whole theme of this pay-per-view is violence, and that mouthpiece was just spit out by Kurt Angle because he couldn't breathe. Got the legs now grapevined around the body of Angle.
So he's not only cutting off the air around the
Oh my God, look
throat of
how tight
Kurt,
it is. Look how
but
tight it is.
Taz, he's also cutting off the air with the legs wrapped around the waist. The scissors hold.
Kurt's got to try and get a finger or something between that tape to stop him from getting choked out. And that tape that wrestlers wear in their wrists is extremely strong. It holds joints together, and he's choking him out.
Look at Kurt's face here. Look at the reactions. There's no reactions from Kurt.
Referee might want to think about stopping this match. And look at Angle. He's fighting through it. Damn guy's up.
Able to break that vice grip of the leg scissors. Gets up to a knee, and he's feeding off the crowd here in St. Louis.
There is no quit in Angle. Let's face it. The man is loaded with intestinal fortitude. His training is, look at that duck under into that back suplex. A quick underarm spin that was into that back suplex. Still using the basics of wrestling, his amateur style, but Kurt is in a bad way here.
It was a bad landing for Mr. Anderson off the suplex. But at the same time, how long is it going to take Kurt to regroup here and try and get his wind and try and get his air back?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, Kurt is just in tremendous condition from a cardiovascular standpoint, but the man was choked out in a bad way, and both men are trying to get to a vertical base.
Great crowd here in St. Louis at Lockdown, watching this incredibly physical and violent match between Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle. Now, with both men on their knees, they're battling in the middle of the ring. The exchange, and now both men up to the vertical base. Crowd reacting with each strike, and Kurt had the momentum coming off the ropes behind that right.
You see Kurt's face, his eyes, he about decapitated. Anderson with that first clothesline was sickening.
Then the running clothesline. Angle follows by shooting him off and then elevating him up and over with the back body. Oh, is Anderson able to get the leg and the boots up as Kurt charged in? But Kurt answers with the released belly-to-belly overhead.
Kind of looked like Anderson got trapped there, got shot out of a cannon, and I look at Kurt Angle's face, his eyes. Angle slam, oh, nice counter.
Float over by Anderson, avoids the Angle slam, and then he rolls through with the momentum in the headbutt. Went for the pin, well, it was just that natural reaction.
Instinct, yeah, it's just instinctually, you go for a pin cover after you hit one of your big moves. Then Anderson, he didn't, wait.
Mic check time, well scouted by Angle. Series of elbows stops the attempt.
Whoa!
No stopping that suplex, caught him with one German. Grip's still there for the Olympic gold medalist.
And we've talked about that tight grip, the amazing finger and hand and wrist strength that Kurt Angle has from all those years as an amateur wrestler. And watch how Kurt pops his hips and lowers his level on that third back suplex, that German suplex.
Kurt still there with the grip after three. Not satisfied with the hat trick.
Look at that. Beautiful picture, perfect throw right there.
And as you can see, with the impact of each suplex, the life is being taken out of Mr. Anderson.
And what Kurt's doing, Kurt's getting his conditioning back. He's getting his breath back with that sick grip as he's got that reverse gut wrench on. Anderson, he's actually regrouping, Mike. I'm telling you, I've been in the ring with the man. I know it.
Just Kurt being able to reel off this series of German suplexes after having the life choked out of him minutes ago by Mr. Anderson is simply amazing. And we're at 5, and he's still got the grip, Taz.
Well, we might go to 20 innings on these suplexes. I'll tell you what, Anderson, we're laughing, but he's not. See, Anderson's trying to break the grip, but to no avail. You're going again, buddy.
The six-pack is the exclamation point. Has Anderson been weakened sufficiently?
I think so.
For Kurt to open the cage door.
Kurt's out. Kurt's gonna win this thing. He can leave anytime he wants.
Kurt looks at the padlock, looks at the key, looks at the cage door.
What is he doing? He could have left.
But instead, he pulls down the straps. And there's the angle. ankle lock. You can't win the match this way, but, well, maybe you can, Taz. Because if you wear down Anderson sufficiently with the ankle lock, he's not going to be able to stop Kurt from going out the door. Oh, free leg by Anderson.
Well, that was good because there were signs that, that Kurt was going to try to.
Watch out, watch out. Oh! God, he hit with the mic check out of nowhere.
Out of desperation, but it worked. Good timing right there for Mr. Anderson. Excellent counter.
An amazing recovery by Anderson.
He's not up yet, but he's about to leave, it looks like.
The padlock has been opened.
Look at Kurt, though.
He opens the door, but Kurt's right behind him.
Explosive angle slam. Door's wide open. What the? What's Kurt doing here? He could have just left and won this thing.
Judging by the reactions of Kurt Angle, he's not satisfied with the beatdown on Mr. Anderson to this point in the match. And now,
well, it looks like Kurt Angle is trapping Anderson in this ring.
Kurt's got the key. Look at that! Kurt throws the key into the crowd here in St. Louis. Now there's no escape.
Oh, man. Anderson's trapped here like an animal.
The look on the face of Anderson tells the entire story.
Well, to steal a line from a very good friend of mine, it's a good thing that Anderson's wearing black tights.
What a visual that is. The shot over the shoulder of Anderson as we see the close-up look at the face of Kurt Angle.
Anderson's just trying to get out of here. And I don't blame him. Oof. Look at Anderson. Hey. I don't think he was trying to get into a fight with Kurt. I think he was just trying to slow Kurt down so he could climb out.
Anderson looking to escape. You can't win the match that way, but he just wants to avoid more of a beating from Kurt. But shot after shot to the head of Angle.
And that open wound that Kurt has. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Look out.
You're going to kill him, Kurt. Don't do it.
Look out, Kurt. Anderson with the elbows right into the face, but Angle won't give up the grip.
Well, oh, no. He knocked the snot out of him. Look at his face.
Couldn't describe it better. Gotta see this one again, guys. Please, in the truck, cue up the replay. Here it is.
But that's off the top of the middle rope. A German suplex. Let me tell you, I've done a few suplexes in my day. I've never done nothing like that or thought of anything like that. That was sick. Kurt, I think you did the damage, man. Get out of the cage and win the match.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Got some barbaric fans here in St. Louis. This is awesome, though.
I think they've just about had it with Mr. Anderson, too. And all of the disrespect that he's had to Kurt and our military troops.
Now what? Well, Kurt Angle has a moonsault in his arsenal. I don't think he really needs to do it, but I think he's got...
Kurt.
Oh, no, Kurt.
Kurt, come on, Kurt.
Oh, my God. Okay. I never seen nothing like that in my life. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's the most amazing moonsault. Look at this.
Watch this, Taz. Good God.
I'll tell you now, this is not an overstatement.
Oh my God, what a shot that is.
That is just, that's insane, man.
Spectacular shot, guys in the truck.
That was insane.
Kurt Angle, one of the most insane moves in the history of TNA. Hell, in the history of professional wrestling.
Kurt's got, I guess there was another key. Kurt's gonna walk out anytime he wants. That was insane.
Escape the cage door. Anderson with the double bird for Kurt Angle.
Oh no. Oh my God, what is Anderson out of his mind? Oh!
Did he catch him? Oh, look out! What's the motion?
Oh!
God! Kurt had the chance to go out the door. I mean, you can understand with Anderson's reactions.
Well, listen,
that Kurt would want to go back, but
let's look. Hey, look, bottom line, in my opinion, Anderson, he played a mental game here, and if he's able to walk out of this cage, he won that mental game.
You're right, Taz. Anderson crawling. His body right at the cage door.
Kurt's trying to get over there. Kurt's trying to get him. Kurt's going to get his ankle.
Does he have him?
He's got the ankle back. Oh, God.
Ankle lock applied. And now he's going to drag him back out to the middle.
Hey, if Kurt gets those legs in, Kurt will snap Anderson's ankle off. I'm telling you. It don't matter. Look at the ref saying you can tap all night, bro.
And tap, and tap, and tap. Slick Johnson reminds Anderson, you win by going out the door. How about the momentum of Anderson rolling through? And Kurt goes into the cage.
Both these men, whenever this thing is over, will never be the same. I'm telling you. Mr. Anderson can't even stand up, Mike. He's trying to just slither out, slime out of here.
Like a snake. And boy, is that appropriate. Anderson under the bottom rope.
Look at Kurt.
Get him, Kurt.
What the hell is that?
What's Kurt? Kurt's got something wrapped around his neck.
It might be the chain, maybe that popped off the key. Kind of poetic justice, Mike, what we saw in that ladder match when Kurt was trying to climb to the top to get the key for this match, and Anderson was choking Kurt out with the chain for the key, and
as well as what we saw earlier with Mr. Anderson choking him.
Oh, so it looks like the Warrior Medal, Mike.
It is. How appropriate is that also? That he uses the Warrior Medal. Oh, and that is the payback that Kurt Angle's been waiting for, to spit in the face of Mr. Anderson. And then there's the exclamation point.
Here's the winner, Kurt Angle!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle!
Kurt Angle can deny that he is jealous all he wants, but I think we have seen that that's exactly the case. And not only that, but how about the concern on the part of Kurt Angle? After scoring a very controversial win last month at Victory Road, this is the last thing that Kurt Angle wanted. And Jeff Hardy gets his rematch, and he's got Angle locked in the cage.
And his opponent from Cameron, North Carolina, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy!
Well, yep, Jeff Hardy. He's just a little bit different than everybody else, folks.
Yeah, but he's bonding with the creatures of the night here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, talk about bonding with the creatures. I mean, yesterday you and I were at Fan Access, right? So we had a bunch of different wrestlers there, and we were right next to Jeff Hardy. How massive of a line did he have?
Never ended.
Our fan base. It was non-stop, and Jeff stayed there. He signed every single autograph, would not leave. And then you highway jumped out of there. I had to stay inside. Well, that's no story. But Jeff
my Sharpie ran out of ink.
Jeff Hardy, though,
just pardon the expression.
Definitely loved it. That was funny. Jeff Hardy definitely loved by the creatures, man. He connects very well to them. Two completely different animals in these two athletes.
In terms of so many ways, certainly ring style, mental attitude, preparation for the match. But Taz, one thing, when I think of the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, inside of a steel cage with the things that he can do, you just have to wonder, what does Jeff Hardy have up his sleeve tonight?
You never know. You never know with Jeff Hardy. He's a wild card, man. He's very unpredictable. But I will say this, as different as Angle and Hardy are from each other, and their backgrounds and whatnot, the two things that they have in common is their work ethic, easy for me to say, their work ethic and their passion. Their passion to be the best.
You don't reach this point in the profession without those two elements, and these two superior athletes as well. Of course, no denying the accomplishments of Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. And Jeff Hardy absolutely set to bring it tonight here inside the steel cage, but it's Angle in the early going.
Well, I've had the opportunity and been lucky enough in my career to have the chance to wrestle both of these men at different times, and so I've been in the ring with both these amazing competitors, so I can tell you they're both of them very dangerous and they're very tough to prepare for, to compete against each of these men. So the mixture of them against each other, to me, is magic.
All Angle from the outset before Hardy tries to turn it around and does. Drops him in his tracks first with the elbow, then takes him up, inverted drop, and then quickly turns it around. Oh, drops both legs right across the chest, and then that drop kick right into the face.
See Kurt right there, just looked like he went to the eyes, I believe, and hey, sometimes you gotta take a shortcut. See right there, Kurt Angle, the right knee, heavily wrapped up. Some ace bandages, some tape. He's got a little kind of limp in his step. I mean,
knee or a hamstring?
I'm not sure. I mean, I believe he went public and talked about the injury. He hurt it training. He was getting ready, to compete in the games, in the Olympic Games, and he injured it training.
It's going to be interesting to see as this match progresses if that has any impact on Kurt Angle's offense here against Jeff Hardy. To this point, it's been mostly Kurt Angle, and he's not been favoring the leg.
Well, listen, look, the thing with Jeff Hardy, you got to really be careful. This guy is loaded with resiliency. Jeff Hardy is just tenacious and resilient. There's no stopping him.
Yeah, you can't count him out.
No, man, no. You really can't. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
High up into the air goes Hardy in the corner.
Yeah, he took himself out on that, Jeff, did he?
I think the way he landed.
Back of his head.
Went with such impact and such force out of the corner into the chest of Kurt, but the back of Hardy's head, it snapped as he went right off the mat and quickly in the corner, overhand rights.
Don't be mistaken now. Listen, Kurt Angle, he's definitely loaded with intensity, but so is Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma. He's got no problem with intensity.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
That time the momentum of Jeff Hardy came back to haunt him.
Sure did. You see that grin, that smile on the face of Angle.
Almost as if Hardy fell right into a trap.
Sure did. He was a little overzealous. Again, that reckless style. That reckless style.
Sometimes it's great.
Especially with someone to the level of a Kurt Angle and his experience and his big match experience.
Watch Angle stalk as he circles behind Hardy to get the positioning that he wants. Delivers the boot with authority to the back of the head. Kurt trying to block out the crowd here in Nashville at Lockdown.
Look at that, Kurt just smiling before he grabbed at that hamstring.
He sure did, didn't he?
Well, he felt it, that quick twitch muscle and that snap.
I mean, tell us about that kind of a suplex and the effect that it could have.
A suplex is conducted with all hips and base. Your legs are your base. So he felt it in his base, man. And I don't think he realized until it happened, I mean, after he did the throw.
Wow.
I think he kind of his adrenaline, he got hung up in a moment, did Kurt. He's obviously not trying to hide his injury.
No, but he hasn't favored it at all ever since. I'm with you. I saw him reach down as well and grab it. But then he immediately takes Hardy and slams him against the cage. And yeah, the charismatic Enigma trending now on Twitter.
Well, trending. He might need an oxygen tank or something, or a small army to stop this onslaught of Kurt Angle.
New general manager of Impact Wrestling, Hulk Hogan. He's the one that's behind this match for Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle in the steel cage.
Oh, man, look at this. Oh, gruesome right there. Kurt Angle driving, raking the face of Jeff Hardy across the steel links of the steel fence of the cage.
Angle dragging
the
body back towards the, trying to get it back towards the middle. Go ahead.
Interrupt you, Mike. I apologize. I think he's bleeding. I think Jeff's bleeding a little bit. His head.
I think we can see some blood on the canvas, right?
He's got a lot of hair.
It's hard to tell with the hair.
He's got all sorts of ink and paint. I don't know what's going on, but I thought there might have been some blood there, but I can't. It looks red. I don't know what it is. You never know. Stuff could be oozing out of this guy. You never know with Jeff. Oh my God!
Oh God! Right here in front of us, and I think that time, as the hair of Hardy flew back, Taz, right here, you could see the blood coming from his head.
Yeah. Well, that right there was that last one.
Yeah, now there's no question with the overhead camera.
The speed that Kurt built up while holding the back of the head of Jeff Hardy while he drove his face into the steel of the cage was just something nasty. Look at his head.
And you know that each time Angle takes Hardy and throws him into the side of the cage, he's thinking Angle is about his son, Cody, and the fact that Cody's favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy, who takes and turns it around on Angle, then comes flying back with the clothesline.
That's the thing with Jeff. He will come out of nowhere with something explosive, and we just witnessed it.
Referee Brian Hebner putting in the count. He's reached 5 as Kurt gets up to his knees and going to try and use the ring ropes just to get back up to his feet. Hardy's back up first. First offensive move is a running clothesline. Back elbow followed by Hardy. Now he's got Angle set up in the corner. Other thoughts, but it's turned around by Kurt. Hardy back, first the elbow to the head, double sledge in the corner, here he goes.
Well, that's reversal by Angle. Ran into that back elbow, look at this!
Whisper in the wind out of the corner.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Hits it just this quick, on top of the pin and the cover in. 2+ on the pin attempt before Angle fires the shoulder up to stop the count.
Typical Jeff Hardy, how he just comes and fights from underneath and keeps battling. He don't stop. And it's typical Kurt Angle.
Sure is.
To bring that heavy offense. Oh, nice counter there.
Leg power, leg strength of Hardy is evident as he uses his legs to snap Kurt head first into the side of the cage. Doubles him over, could be the twist. Oof, there it is.
That was a version of like a stunner right there. Snapped into that.
Angle down. And Hardy heads to the corner. Notorious for his high-risk moves. But here comes Kurt. The quick recovery by Angle.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no,
no! The suplex out of the corner. Boy, just when it looked like Jeff Hardy was going to take control of this match.
Well, let's take another look at this massive... Wait, come on.
Stay here. No.
Man, that was close right there. Well, I think we're going to take another look here at this massive top rope angle slam.
Boy, so tough at this point. We like to show you the replay, but
show you right now.
tough
Here
to
it
cut
comes.
away from the live. Here it is.
Here we go,
Watch
here we go.
this.
Look at that impact. Both men. Jeff definitely got the works. Look at that shot there. Great
The
angle right there.
elevation that Angle had out of the corner on that. Now
at Kurt Angle.
relentless. Strikes one after one to the head of Hardy. Then the boot right to the face.
This might be the opportunity to escape, and I think that's what Kurt's got in mind. Get out of Dodge right in front of us here, Mike.
One of the options to win is escaping the cage. That in addition to pin or submission. Hardy not only pulls him down, then drops him down with the clothesline.
Well, look at Jeff Hardy here. I guess Jeff is going to escape.
Hardy going to climb the cage and do so and quickly make his way.
He's right in front of us here.
Angle's got him wrapped right around the... Got his hands wrapped around the ankle. Hardy fights him off. Oh! Springs back right into the splash.
Holy God, out of nowhere.
Pin, 2.
Whoa! God! Holy
Just
man.
this close.
How Kurt popped that shoulder up.
I don't know how.
I know how. All those years of training, being on the mat since he's a little kid, training to stay off his back. That's how he did that. And I agree with our live massive audience here in Nashville. This is awesome. Well, who's going to get to their feet first? That's the question. And whoever that is, they might get the advantage. So
to answer your question, it's Hardy to a knee,
Hardy's
first to
gonna
his
leave.
feet.
Hardy's going to leave here. Oh, no, ankle lock, Mike.
Pulled back in, not able to escape the cage through the door. Ankle lock is turned around. Switch now. It's Hardy with the ankle lock. Going to try and beat Kurt with his own patented submission move.
Get your legs in. Jeff, just grapevine his leg and you'll get him.
Referee Hebner right in the face of Kurt Angle. He's got his hand up. Is he going to tap? Is he going to tap? Who better than Angle to know the counter? Clothesline misses. Hardy,
There's a twist,
of
there
fate.
it is. Kurt again. He grabbed at that leg before that twist of fate. That slowed him down.
Hardy not going to go for the pin attempt off the twist of fate. I thought he might go for the cover there.
I think if he did, he would have got the win, in my opinion, but
Got other things in mind as he heads to the corner.
I guess he's going to climb out. Uh-oh.
Here he goes from the top. Whoa! The top.
Well, that camera angle told you the whole story, man. That Swanton was insane.
He's not satisfied. Not going for a pin again. High risk again. Second time. Here's the pin. Here's two. No!
Oh, my God. You gotta be
What
kidding
else does
me.
he have to do?
You got me, man.
Twist of fate. Back-to-back swantons. And not enough to put Kurt Angle away.
Both men leaving it all in this ring, man. Just really putting it out there. Busting their rear ends out here. Trying to outdo each other. Let's take a look at these swantons. Look at this one here. I believe that was the first one, Mike. And then Jeff goes to the other corner. Bam, nails another one. Still not able to get the victory.
A weakened Angle, begging off, trying to call for time. He lured Jeff Hardy in, and he sent him face first into the side of the cage. Now Angle stalks and measures. Gonna take him up for the slam and hits it. This could do it. Here's Kurt on top.
Oh. Kurt went in real quick for that cover after the Angle slam. Able to kick out was Jeff Hardy. Angle's all business right now, my friend. Look at those eyes. Look at that look.
Daring Hardy to get up. As Hardy's up, Angle goes for another slam. Cut off. Oh, man. Again, trying to beat Angle in his own game.
Beautiful.
Gonna go swanton again.
How many times? How many more swat?
Wait a minute. No, no.
Oh, no.
No. Hardy heads all the way to the top of the steel cage.
Jeff, don't do it. You're freaking out of your mind. Don't do it, Jeff. Jeff, don't do it.
Oh, my God.
Your winner, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy!
Holy, you know what? Wow. Oh, my God. Double wow. Triple wow, my friend.
Words couldn't do that justice, could it?
No, sir. No, sir.
We let the pictures tell the story. And what a story it was.
That was awe-inspiring, folks. That was awe-inspiring. Take a look, just look at that. I mean, really, really. Look at this. What do you say, Mike? I mean, what could you say? Honestly.
This says it all right here.
I mean, Kurt Angle's human. He's a human being. There's nothing more he could have done. There's no way he's kicking out of this. No way. It just goes to show you to the levels. There is no level. There is no roof for what can stop Jeff Hardy and his desire to win a match, to be victorious, to give the creatures of the night what he always gives them. Insane, amazing stuff, man. That's what he brings. He's right to your left there, Jeff Hardy. Mike, be careful there. You know, maybe you'll put some of that paint on your face.
There he is, the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Named the #1 contender by GM Hulk Hogan himself. And how about those words of inspiration from the Hulkster earlier tonight?
That is the definition of a game face for the challenger, the #1 contender. And when it comes to those inspirational words from Hulk Hogan, I don't think a lot of people realize and recognize just how much a wrestling historian this man, Bully Ray, really is. We've seen it through the past couple of months, coming out with face paints as tributes, types of moves, motions like this that Bully Ray has done. So for Bully Ray to get that kind of inspiration from Hulk Hogan, talking about Andre the Giant,
I'm gonna throw up.
it's gotta be huge.
I'm gonna literally vomit right here. And Bully Ray, you're lucky you're in that cage, Bully Ray. He's lucky he's in that cage. I'd whoop his ass. I'd whoop his ass. He's lucky he's in that cage. That's right. I'm Teflon Ted. You can't touch me, but I can touch you. Don't get me going today. I see you eyeballing me. Lucky he's in that cage.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Taz, but this isn't about you tonight. It's about Bully Ray, and it's about that man, the World Heavyweight Champion, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Oh, you're right. It's not about me. It's not part of Aces and Eights. It's never about us. It's always about these other guys. Okay, yeah, you know what? Listen, Jeff Hardy, a great World Heavyweight Champion. I know that. I know Jeff a long time. I've been in the ring with Jeff. I know what Jeff's about as a competitor. Neither of you do know what that's like. I do. I've been in the ring with Bully. So if either of you guys want any insight of what it's like to compete against that Todd, you should ask me in this match.
It's what you're getting paid for, isn't it?
Don't worry about what I'm getting paid for today. Don't worry about it.
Inspiration might be on the side of Bully Ray, but when it comes to big match high-stakes showdowns.
Hold on a minute.
Advantage goes to the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
You're not getting near me.
That's right, Mike. Ever since winning that title from Austin Aries in Bound for Glory, let's run down. He has been a fighting champion, defended it
Turn back challenges, left and right. Go ahead, run him down.
ladder match at Turning Point against Aries.
Hold on a minute. What are you looking at, Bully? You got nothing to say to me. You worry about the world champion. Get your face out of my face.
Other title defenses against Bobby Roode and then Aries and Roode. Title defenses on Impact against the like of Christopher Daniels. Hardy has been a fighting champion. Can he catch lightning in the bottle one more time tonight?
I gotta calm down. I'm all fired up, man. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna pass out. I'm so fired up.
The stakes are high. The world title is on the line. Champion and challenger collide inside the cage. JB here to set the stage for our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Earl Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the world-famous Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, it's your main event of the evening, to be determined by pinfall, submission, or escape the cage. Introducing, first of all, standing to my left, he weighed in this morning at 275 pounds and comes to us from Hell's Kitchen, New York. He is the #1 contender for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World, Bully Ray. And now, standing to my right, he weighed in this morning at 227 pounds and comes to us from Cameron, North Carolina. He is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Here we go, stage is set. These two men meet inside the cage, and that is what is on the line, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
And let's talk strategy. Let's talk game plans that we could anticipate for these two. Bully Ray, 50-plus pound weight advantage. Means to me that Bully is going to want to make this very physical. At the same time, opposite side of the ring, Jeff Hardy is going to want to create separation from Bully Ray to enable him to do what he does best, to shine when he goes to the top, to turn it loose, high-risk moves. Let's see which of these two men is going to be successful and if they employ those game plans.
A lot of mutual respect by these two over the past couple weeks. But now it's time to get after it inside the cage, and you talk strategy, Mike. Here we go.
Let me stop you. There's been mutual respect amongst these two guys for many years. Okay, I can tell you that from behind the scenes. Okay, so I just want to set this table straight with that.
A lot of history in tag team matches, but this Bully Ray's first one-on-one opportunity for the World Heavyweight title. Hulk Hogan said, no matter what happens, make sure they remember you, but will they remember March 10th? 2013 is the day Bully Ray becomes the world champ.
Well, it remains to be seen. I mean, look, as we pointed out, the size advantage. And I got to say, like I said it earlier, for Hulk Hogan, someone to the level of our general manager, Hulk Hogan, to say and bring forward what the late, great Andre the Giant told Hulk Hogan as far as being memorable when you're out there. I mean, that's a huge thing. Okay, so I can understand that. I definitely can. Okay, that's not a throwaway thing. I mean, that's a big thing for a wrestler to hear from someone like Hulk Hogan. I just think it's a little bit of, you know, a little ridiculous.
Why?
It's because it's nepotism. It's the son-in-law thing. It's a little annoying. That's why. It's a little self-serving, and it's an agenda.
Oh, Bully Ray quickly has him stacked up, looking for the cover. Bully Ray has run him over a couple times here.
Self-serving, I feel, of Bully and Hulk. And that's my opinion.
But Mike, if you're Bully Ray.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you have an opinion on that, Todd. But God, talk to Mike. Because I said nothing important right
because
there.
we don't share that opinion.
So say
You mentioned, we did. We mentioned it earlier when you brought it up, just moments after Hulk gave him that inspirational talk. So we can bring it forward again, and we can repeat it again. After the slam, here's the cover and a quick 2 count for Bully. To me, it's Bully Ray trying to use that inspiration from our general manager, Hulk Hogan, in the biggest match, the biggest night of his life to succeed.
Why are you getting so nasty and aggressive with me? You're attacking me here. I'm just talking, giving opinions. That's my job.
Hardy is not
attacking me.
Hardy, the champion, though, has not been able to come out of the blocks thus far in this steel cage title defense. He's been overpowered. But Mike, this is the question that I was going to pose.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Those words from the Hulkster, if you're Bully Ray, does that inspire you, or at this point do you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders?
He just said it. I'll answer for Mike. He just told you he feels that Hogan inspired Bully. Can we move on?
And at the same time, I agree with Todd, because this has to be a pressure-packed situation, and yes, the weight of the world has to be on Bully's shoulders to show Hulk Hogan that Hulk Hogan was right in naming him the #1 contender.
How about the pressure on the World Heavyweight Champion that's going to deal with Bully Ray? And you see Jeff Hardy is lighting up Bully Ray, which I think is hilarious.
Hardy quickened the pace. The champ has faced adversity ever since winning the title at Bound for Glory, and prior to that, what a road to redemption it was for the charismatic Enigma. 2012 Wrestler of the Year goes into the cover. Bully Ray quickly powers out there. Again, we got to talk about the stipulations. You can win pinfall, submission, or escaping, and that might work into the agility of the champ.
2 ways to escape. Over the top of the cage or out the cage door. Hardy tries to climb the steel structure. Bully able to cut him off momentarily.
You never know what Hardy's going to do from any point in this ring. Look at that.
Oh, just like that.
Beautiful springboard splash. Bully Ray, though, just so much power, just bench presses him right off.
Well, I'll explain the differences and what it's like to compete against someone like a Jeff Hardy, because no one asked me. So when you compete against someone like Jeff Hardy, you really got to concentrate on keeping the pressure on this man because of his fortitude and his resiliency, and he's reckless. He's got a reckless style.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hardy trying to escape yet again. Oh, look at this beautiful camera shot.
Beautiful camera shot. The guy's about to jump off the cage or do whatever. Know what Hardy's going to do. Uh-oh.
Sound strategy here by Bully, if you think about it. Slamming the knee, slamming the leg of Hardy against the side of the steel cage. It's going to take away certain elements of Hardy's high-risk offense.
And Jeff Hardy coming off of a recent knee injury as well. So that is not going to do him any favors.
What's this?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
my God.
Doubly effective. First the boot to the head, and then Hardy crotched viciously against that top steel cable.
I don't know what was worse, to kick right in his mush or landing right on his oatmeal. Look at that. Look at that quickness there. That's very impressive by Bully Ray.
Really driving down the elbows, going for the cover.
Well, it's good to see that he's utilizing the stuff that I taught him years back, Bully Ray.
Really tough spot a minute ago for Jeff Hardy. We take another look here.
Yeah, landed hard, did Hardy. And Bully's smart enough to capitalize. That's what you got to do. Listen, look, I don't like Bully Ray. He hates my guts. But you know what? He's trying to win the match. He's trying to become the World Heavyweight Champion. I get it.
And there was a sense of urgency for Hardy to try and escape there, but he didn't have Bully Ray, the challenger, in a compromising enough position. And another just huge slam there, drives him down. And the champion having used a lot of energy continuously kicking out of these big
look at this, look at this, Hardy!
Whoa!
Fell into the door and almost got out. Bully is making him pay for it.
Oh, man, this is a shot. Big, vicious clubbing blows to the back.
And a clubbing clothesline there by Bully Ray. That was a scary moment for him. Hardy's so quick, so agile, you got to be really careful in this environment that he doesn't slip his way out of this cage.
See, what Bully's doing is keeping Hardy on the ground, preventing all of his high-flying stuff. And here's Bully now. And again, smart by Bully Ray to keep Jeff Hardy at bay, keep him on his back, keep him off his feet.
A grinding style offense.
He learned it. I don't want to be self-serving either. So let me not go there. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Well, to me, at this point of the match, several minutes in, it has been advantage Bully Ray. He's had probably, what would you say, 75% of the offense?
No, I think maybe 73.
Oh, God.
You're right, though, Mike. Except for some quick spurts by Hardy, it's really been the challenger that's dictating the pace of this steel cage main event thus far. Just measuring the champion yet again, and it continues.
Well, I'll tell you what it's like to compete against Bully Ray, because I wasn't asked that question either. So what it's like to compete against Bully Ray is you're dealing with someone with grizzly bear-like strength and power and toughness, and he's ruthless in the ring. He's a very ruthless competitor. Borderline barbaric and violent is Bully Ray. And there you go. Here's your insight. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Taz.
Oh, thanks for asking. Oh, no, wait. You didn't.
Be hard for Hardy to catch a breath here.
Our live audience here is torn. This massive audience is torn, and whoa!
Yeah, just like our audience that voted. They were torn as well with the 59-49. Here's the Bully.
Oh!
After that huge backdrop, elevated the champion way up in the air, goes for the cover. Got the crowd split.
How much better would this be if it was like D'Lo competing against Bully or Sergeant of Arms Steve Austin competing against Jeff Hardy? That'd be awesome.
Oh, don't worry. Their Aces and Eights already competed in Lethal Lockdown.
Oh, that's funny.
They lost. But
Yeah.
Wes Briscoe, he stole the victory, didn't he?
Todd, please, you don't do sarcasm, funny. You don't even do talking well, so please chill. Okay, so anyway, right now, if you are Bully Ray, you need to keep the pressure on the champion to try and leave here as the champ. The more he lets Jeff Hardy get to his feet, the more that Bully Ray's in trouble.
Whoa.
Hardy was thinking, twist of fate. Uh-oh.
Got a hook to that full Nelson, maybe going for a bubble bomb. Nope.
Hardy had that Will Scouty do tucked out. History earlier, Taz, but there's the twist of fate by the champ.
Well, that was explosive. That was definitely explosive.
And he's had some trouble in this main event getting separation from Bully Ray.
Wait a minute, what the?
Sorry.
What do we got?
I didn't realize what was going on here. Wait a minute.
Wes Briscoe? Is that Garrett Bischoff?
It is, Mike. What the hell are they doing here?
What the hell is this about?
Hardy fighting them off.
Come on, Taz, give us some insight.
Well,
What's this about?
Hey, if there's a party, we want to be part of the party. We're a main event crew, baby.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Bully Ray protecting his boy Hardy, who's competing against for the world title.
Yeah. Protecting the main event.
What
Down here.
What is this?
Talked about their mutual respect.
Hardy gonna go right up the back of Bully.
Yeah, a little poetry in motion.
This must be competing against each other. What the hell are you worried about our guys for?
Just like Aces and Eights, to try and come out here and spoil this terrific World Heavyweight title match.
It's not about spoiling. I believe
take out the trash.
Go! God!
And send Briscoe out of the cage, too. Whoa!
That's nice. That's real nice.
And we now return to our regularly scheduled championship main event. Goodbye, Aces and Eights. And the total momentum.
Okay, that backfired. I admit it, okay? Don't ask me, it backfired.
And now we're back to square one here. Champion and challenger trading in the center of the cage.
Well, Jeff Hardy might lose this one. The heavy hitter there, Bully. But Jeff's bringing it.
Bringing out the best in each other.
Hardy's getting the best of him. Unbelievable. Defying the odds there. Reversal, though, by Bully. Oh, and he's taken down by the champ again. Look at the power of Jeff Hardy. Adrenaline running through his veins. He knows what's at stake here. World Heavyweight title. We've talked about his ability to string together the offense. Yes, going for the cover. Near fall there. Almost put him away. Hardy now, at this point in the match, he's got a lot of distance from Bully Ray. Bully Ray's got to close that gap.
Look at Hardy.
Remember, this
trying to get out.
Didn't work out well for Hardy the first time he tried to escape.
You're absolutely right. Crashed and burned in the early going of this matchup. Both men in a dangerous position. Again, this could be pivotal to this world title matchup. Oh, what a shot!
Oh, just hear the reaction of the people in the Alamo Dome.
But Jeff Hardy firing back. Champion showing all kinds of heart here tonight.
Hardy trying to match him. Blow for blow. Oh! Desperation move by Hardy. Able to connect with the kick, but Hardy's down and got below. Splash straight down.
New champ to be crowned. Man, Hardy hit that kick, but that was a suicide type move. Put himself in harm's way. And almost inadvertently so. Desperation splash there. Bully Ray almost capitalized and won the World Heavyweight title.
That unpredictability is what we have grown to expect throughout the years from Jeff Hardy. That time it almost cost him.
Hardy, though, showing the resiliency that has really typified his title reign. Snaps off that quick twist of fate again. He's going all the way up.
Bully didn't go down. And now Bully in pursuit as Hardy tries to escape. Bully's got him hooked by the foot.
Hardy was trying to escape and win this championship match.
Hardy using his knees to the side of the head of Bully.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness.
Hardy trying to hang on.
Big. This is big.
This is the power of Bully out of the corner. Look out! Oh! Oh!
An absolutely thunderous
Man, is there
powerbomb.
any way we can take another look at this? Check this out.
Boom! There is no way. No way. Jeff Hardy.
Look at that.
Got him. Oh!
How did he escape?
I thought for sure Bully Ray was going to be new world champ right there.
All the way from the top. I mean, did you see the force that the champion hit with?
Well, look at the effects of both men.
Yeah, definitely Bully Ray landing right on his rear end. That's going to shoot right up his body, that pain. But definitely getting the worst of it is Jeff Hardy.
Especially with all the weight of Bully.
I think it's pretty cool that both of them are hurting right now, but that's just me.
What a spectacular and competitive World Heavyweight title cage match. We have it locked down. Both champ and challenger down as...
What the hell? What is it?
Here comes the Hulkster himself. He said he was going to get his way here to Lockdown to watch this match one way or another, and Brooke Hogan out there with him. They've got to be
What is Hulk doing out here?
He's the general manager.
I know
he can come out here if he wants.
It's none of his business. This is some match for the world title.
Brooke Hogan as well, joining Hulk out around the steel cage to cheer on her husband.
Get up, brother.
Yeah,
Come on. You gotta get up.
Saying, Bully, get up.
You gotta get up, brother. Come on, boy. You got to get up. You gotta get up, brother. You gotta get up, boy. That's right. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop, brother. Just stand up. Get your wind back. Go ahead. Keep going. Get up. Aces and eights. You gotta get up.
Hogan following through on that earlier inspirational talk to Bully, but now, oh my God.
Yeah, Hogan was coaching him from the corner.
Cage is being surrounded by aces and eights.
Bully passed Jeff Hardy a chain. They both have chains ready to fight off the aces and eights yet again like they did earlier. This is ridiculous, having to do this in the middle of a world title match. What the?
No!
I just got goosebumps!
What the hell have we just witnessed? Austin.
Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Look at the face of Hulk Hogan. He looks absolutely heartbroken. What the hell have we witnessed?
New World Heavyweight Champion, Foley!
I'll tell you what you witnessed.
Sickening is what it is.
You
It's
witnessed
disgusting.
BS. You witnessed history, my friends. You witnessed history. Welcome home, my brother.
Foley Ray, the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
That sounds pretty damn good to me.
Stand there. Raise his hand. Raise my hand. Raise my hand.
Yeah, baby.
It's a disgusted Earl Hebner that has to raise the hand of Bully Ray.
Look at Brooke Hogan. She's absolutely beside herself.
You love nothing. You are nothing to me. You are nothing. You stupid. Get out of my face, you old bastard. Get out of my face. You're a dead man. No, I'm not a dead man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Hulk? Come on, you old bastard. Do something. Do something, you piece of crap. Do something. Hit me, you old bastard. You're a dead man. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Dead man. Look at this. Look at this. Dead man.
And it's now time for our main event. It will be lethal lockdown-esque. Storm versus Hardy.
Introducing first, representing the Revolution, the Cowboy, James Storm!
James Storm is certainly nefarious. His wheels are always spinning. The Cowboy showed just how cunning he could be in New York City at Lockdown.
Yeah, well, that sickening fall. Thanks to Storm on Jeff Hardy to see there. Oh! And Jeff Hardy, he's back. Finally, he's back. We saw him at the top of this show we're in right now, and Hardy's back with a vengeance for sure.
The night began with James Storm saying that Jeff Hardy's not here. He's still out. Jeff Hardy showed up. Manic couldn't stop Hardy. Abyss couldn't stop Hardy. And Koya got busted open with 4 beer bottles.
Another me, resurrected, similar creature, time and fate.
And his opponent from Cameron, North Carolina, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy!
Okay, Jeff Hardy. All set for our main event. Hardy doesn't have to worry about the other members of the Revolution. He's taking them out. The rules of this 6 sides of steel match, pinfall or submission.
Look at that shot right there, bud. Look at that, man. That'd be perfect if Hebner wasn't in it. You can just sense the hatred between these two men right through that steel link fence.
And the match will not officially begin until Jeff Hardy is inside 6 sides of steel. Can't imagine how Jeff Hardy must feel here tonight after being hit with that cowbell right in the back of the head, New York City, in the Manhattan Center. Watching what happened last week to his brother Matt Hardy, taken out by the Revolution. And here we go.
What a shot. Cleaning the clock right there of Jeff Hardy. Man, you've got to keep your eye on James Storm if you're Jeff Hardy. Right now, he might have got an eye knocked out of his head.
And there are no disqualifications here tonight.
Senior official Earl Hebner has the duty of calling this match or reffing this match. Imagine if he was calling it, that would be good.
Not for anybody. Jeff Hardy and James Storm are both former TNA World Heavyweight Champions. Storm is a 6-time TNA World Tag Team Champion. 7 times Storm has held the NWA version of the tag team title.
goes Jeff Hardy, bouncing Storm's head from buckle to buckle.
And Jeff Hardy, nice counter there. And a Hardy, big close on. This is almost like a playground for Jeff Hardy when you look at 6 sides of steel with the rooftop on it, all the weapons.
Yeah, you gotta figure he's in his realm here. Jeff Hardy, meaning.
And Jeff Hardy launches himself off the chair and into James Storm. Hardy in control early.
Yeah, Hardy's far from done, man. He's just warming up, I think.
And Jeff Hardy this time misses, bounces off the cage, and back to the canvas.
Well, Hardy takes a lot of chances, and a lot of times they work, sometimes they don't. That was an example of don't.
Jeff Hardy is certainly a daredevil. And James Storm, perhaps.
Going last call here?
Yeah, Storm trying to put away Hardy early.
Or maybe not.
Well, we both thought last call. Jeff Hardy counters Hardy again, crashes down to the canvas. Can Jeff Hardy get back in this thing? This is our main event on Friday Night Impact. James Storm in the red and black against Jeff Hardy in the purple and black.
Here's the deal, man. Right before the commercial break, we saw Hardy fall from the top buckle the same way he did weeks back on the side of his face and head area. And throughout the whole commercial break, man, it's been Storm through and through. And then he just landed, Hardy just landed face first and head first on that trash can.
This is 6 sides of steel with a rooftop on it. Reminds you of Lethal Lockdown. This is a one-on-one match between Jeff Hardy, who returned tonight and claimed that tonight will be Hardy's revenge. Will it happen against James Storm in 6 sides of steel?
Well, right now, I mean, it's all Storm. I mean, Hardy's trying to, well documented how tough he is, how much fortitude he has, but Storm just got so much momentum on his side. His revolution is just rolling through everybody, except for tonight. I believe that violence we saw Hardy put on Koya with those beer bottles, man, that was heavy.
Jeff Hardy has taken out not only Koya, as you mentioned earlier tonight, the locker room area with those beer bottles to the side of the head. Hardy took out Abyss and Manic earlier tonight.
You hear, for those that don't understand, when you hear that chain link fence rattle when Hardy hit the ropes, that's because, the ropes are so close. I should say the cage is so close to the ropes.
Jeff Hardy cover, James Storm pops free at 2. The only way to win this match, pinfall or submission. Does it play into your mindset the way that you operate in the ring, knowing that the cage is so close to the ropes?
I think a little bit. You can't really hit the rope. Well, you can. It's tough, but if you hit the ropes as hard as you normally do, you're running into a steel fence. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Thinking last call. Jeff Hardy looking twist of fate, delivers. Storm down.
Wow. We might have him right for the picking here. Look at this.
Jeff Hardy up on the top rope. Is Hardy thinking swanton bomb from the top? Yes, a knees up by Storm.
Oh.
What a counter by James Storm.
Hardy just took a little bit too long, and Storm able to get those legs up, spine, meet those legs from that landing up top on the swanton.
And now the nefarious James Storm, looking high on the Storm perhaps.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
And down goes Jeff Hardy. Storm into the cover, hooks the outside leg, and Jeff Hardy stays alive at 2.
See how quick Storm covered Hardy. He wanted to get that victory so bad, so quick. Hardy able to kick out.
You can see James Storm's eyes. Storm looking around, 6 sides of steel, wondering what else can I do to Jeff Hardy here tonight.
Kick blocked that clothesline. Russian leg sweep. Now Storm. He's got mine here.
James Storm. A series of combinations, lungbuster, and Jeff Hardy is in harm's way now.
Backstab, just really hitting that spinal cord of Hardy. And now I think he's setting up for that last call, buddy.
And there it is, and it connects.
Oh, wow.
And James Storm is going to prevent Hardy's revenge from taking place here tonight. What a kick out by Hardy.
Very impressive kick out. How'd he kick out of that?
at all the moves that James Storm just took to Jeff Hardy. Somehow, some way, the charismatic enigma is still alive in this match. And now Storm with the cowbell, the same way that Storm knocked Jeff Hardy off of Lockdown.
Yeah, cowbell's coming. Cowbell's coming.
James Storm can sit and wait. James Storm can pick his spot. James Storm misses. And Jeff Hardy sends Storm into the steel chair.
The steel chair that Storm set up. He got nailed with his own gun.
Jeff Hardy rocking and rolling now. Hardy up on the top rope, looking for a second. Swanton bomb connects. Storm down, and somehow, some way, Storm kicks out.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Josh. Great job. Able to kick out of that massive swanton. If you like Storm or not.
You got to be impressed by both of these athletes here tonight.
Got to wonder Hardy's cardio situation. He's been out of the ring so long, but he seems to be rocking and rolling pretty good here.
Does ring rust come into play in a type of match like this?
A little bit, but right there, that low blow, again, it's no disqualification. Almost a massive disconnect in the quads to his yam bag region. I mean, what a shot.
James Storm always has a plan. Storm looking for more weapons.
You go for the old kendo stick again. This is, as you've been saying, or I said earlier, Lethal Lockdown-esque. Not as many competitors, but the weapons above on the ceiling. Wait a minute. Oh!
Garbage can in the lower back of Storm.
The Singapore King got a piece of that one.
Precarious situation for both Jeff Hardy and James Storm.
This is where stuff gets really dangerous down. There's no room up there.
What is Jeff Hardy doing?
Oh my God!
Oh man!
Oh! Little shots. There's nowhere for. Wait a minute. This is dangerous. Wow! Holy Frankensteiner!
Off the top rope and a cover. And Storm kicks out at 2.
Oh smokes! How the hell did Storm kick out of that?
How did Jeff Hardy pop off that top rope Frankensteiner?
That was sick. Let's take another look at this. Ah, look at that, man. Holy smokes.
Jeff Hardy certainly knows how to use his environment to his advantage.
You feel like something else obviously is going to go down here.
Jeff Hardy with the trash can lid. Storm may not know where he is.
Oh, he's gonna eat another one, buddy. Incoming.
Oh, man. To the side of the head there of Storm. It's gonna be ringing in Storm's eardrum.
Oh, it is Hardy's revenge.
And Jeff Hardy with the cowbell right off the head of James Storm.
Big time receipt right there. Storm had that one coming, and good gosh, did Hardy drill him.
Jeff Hardy looking twisted away once again. Is Hardy closing in on a victory?
Hardy's looking up. Maybe he's got another weapon in mind, Josh, or something. Again, it's all legal.
I don't think we can ever predict what's going through the mind.
Dude, I don't think Hardy knows what's going through his mind.
I'm with you.
What the heck? Scaling this thing here like a lot of upper body strength for sure, like monkey bars-esque. What the hell's he gonna do here?
Jeff
What is he
Hardy
gonna do?
is building momentum.
What the? He's like an Africa back. What the?
Like, oh man, Jeff Hardy swinging like a pendulum, and Storm is down and out.
Another me.
Your winner, Jeff Hardy!
Jeff Hardy came for one thing. Jeff Hardy succeeded. Tonight will forever be known as Hardy's Revenge.
Great match by both men. Cowboy James Storm, leader of the Revolution. Awesome outing for him. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, the victor. Awesome outing for him also. What a great match that was. Physicality at the highest level.
James Storm thought he had a plan tonight. Jeff Hardy countered that plan in a tremendous night for Jeff Hardy. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for the first ever Bell to Bell